Hello everyone, good evening and welcome to Laurence Plays. And it's Tuesday and that means it's time for some more Factorio space exploration. The last stream I was sort of finishing off by setting up this system along here that's basically a bus system where we're doing all of the sort of the main mall things. So making all of the machinery and just generally stuff that's required up here in space. So we've got bits and pieces along here for making rockets. We've got I don't know what else we've got. Oh yeah, we're going to start making making some of the more exotic materials that we're going to need in order to finish off this spaceship here that I'm currently cooking with the solar beam thing. It's nearly, well, it's a bit more than half cooked, so that's good. Because we need to make these high temperature turbine generators and high temperature heat exchangers in order to make this ship actually work. Then once I've done that, I can fill it up with water and with ion stream, and we can go flying off into the distant, into sort of the interstellar void, and go off and look for some. I was going to say tellurium. No, that's Industrial Revolution, and I've been talking about that too much recently. What's the one I'm thinking of? Naquium, that one. So we can go and look for some of that. The other thing I've been doing is doing quite a lot of major research. So this one here, as you can see, this is 15,000 of the biological, but then we're going to my intention was to start working through some of these ones that require a bit more of all of the science packs, although I don't seem to really be doing that, and just to sort of give the whole system a bit of a stress test, just to make sure that we're actually able to produce the science as fast as I need to for all of this. So here we've got plenty of the green catalogues. We've got there's a gap in the orange catalogues. We are not making tier 3 orange catalogues fast enough, so I guess I need to go and have a look at that. Pinky purplies and blues both seem to be okay. So let's have a quick look at the orange things before we go on elsewhere. No, this is Astro here. Yes, this one. So tier 3, that's this one here. Yeah, so they are being made. We've got all of the machines are running and the cards are coming through. So I think this means, yeah, the cards are being made just fast enough that we don't have any sort of buffer or backup, but that doesn't really matter because they are being produced at the speed they should be. How full are you? 1.7 thousand. So maybe I did a massive flood of building up the sorry, of using the material science packs earlier, and that's why these are particularly low. I I have to admit I don't really know. I was expecting everything to more or less be caught up at this point. The tier twos here are also a bit behind. Oh, 1,500 in there. So maybe we've just been using these up a bit, and they're just sort of trying to top up again, and they're not quite quick enough for the amount of science I'm producing. That said, the machines that are making the catalogues, these are running flat out. So I think for now we're going to call that good enough, because trying to make sure there's always a supply of everything everywhere is probably going to lead to madness. Down here, how are we getting on? The biologicals also seem to be okay. We've got some supply of each of the cards here. All the machines are running. This seems to be okay. Right, so things look basically all right. So, oh, there was one problem though. There's these fuel alert warnings. So I've got a couple of trains that have run out of fuel. So I'm going to need to go out and fix those. Have I got anything flammable in my inventory? I've got a little bit of vulcanite. That's probably not going to be enough. So I did solve the problem for this. Turns out, okay, the problem is worse than I thought. What are you doing? Right, you are emptying, and you're okay. So this one probably shouldn't be doing that. Let's send. So what I did, I discovered that there was nothing going on here, and there was a train just sat there. So what I think has actually happened is, yes, I've forgotten to set the provide threshold on this station, and so there was a train sitting there waiting for stuff. So let's say provide threshold of 1 gig, 100 million apparently. All right, fine. There are 2 trains parked in here now, which is a bit unfortunate. This is going to cause some problems. So, right, we'll tell this one to go back to the depot when it's done, and that will mean the problem will eventually tidy itself up, more or less, and then wait there for time. Sure, that's fine. This one, same sort of thing. There's not very much coal left in there, so I'll just yoink that. Now this train should clear off like that. Good. And then this one will come in and just, yeah. Okay, so the problem was not with the trains themselves, but with the station that wasn't programmed properly here and didn't have a provide threshold set. So, yeah. Hey Peter, hey Mike, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining. I hope you're going to enjoy it. As always, shout out if you see me do anything stupid, or if there's something I've forgotten, or anything like that, or you think I should be doing something a bit different. It's always nice to have some suggestions and opinions going around. So let's get this train fueled up. Now, we'll give it half the coal. Hopefully that'll be enough for it to get back to the depot where it'll get refueled. Where's the other one? The other one is in the depot. It's in the depot. Surely it should be able to pick up some fuel from there, because now that I've sorted the depot's fuel problem out, that should be alright. And to be honest, I should probably be using a better type of fuel for these trains up here now, really, rather than using coal for them. I should probably upgrade them to rocket fuel, so they'll go a bit quicker, but meh. Okay, so you're not going to need very much fuel, but you can have the other 10 of that. Oh! Okay, it's going. That's potentially a problem. Let's give it the vulcanite as well, because I'm afraid I don't know how long that fuel's going to last for. But I think this is the other train that was out of fuel, so yeah, there we go. It's getting fueled up now. Okay, so that's one problem sorted. We've got fuel working and everything going along as it should there. So, the next thing, over here, yes, as I was saying earlier, I'm building up this gigantic system that will eventually build all of the things in the world. Well, all of the things that I need, all the things out of the world, more accurately. So, yes, I need to make the turbine and the heat exchanger. So I think I was working towards this. We need heat shielding, which is, I'm pretty sure is on here already. Nanomaterial, I've just started making here. So that's being passed out onto here and needs to be dealt with a bit more nicely, put somewhere useful somehow. Superconductive cables, yes. Lattice pressure vessels, yes. Heavy assemblies are over here somewhere. That's this one, making those. Holmium solenoids are being made. They're being made somewhere. They're on that on that pipe there. And then space pipes. That's annoying. But okay. So I've got all the things I need to make these. There's just a couple of irritation. There's just the irritation of the space pipes that I'm going to need to get those in here from somewhere, and I'm not quite sure. I don't really have space pipes on the bus, I don't think, unless I was faffing around and putting them in there right at the end of the last stream, because they're not a sort of an intermediate product that's made up here in space, so there's never really been that need to put them here. Okay, so here I'm going to have these come out like this. Oh, that makes scrap as well. That's unhelpful. Mostly because I hadn't noticed. Let's bring it over here. Now, what? Right. Okay. So this one's. They should all be taken as I go up. So let's have a look. So you've got mirrors, heat shield. Those are all taken. Those 1, 2, 3, 4. Is there nothing on this row? No, there is nothing on this row. Okay, so I can put them on here. Have I overshot? No, I haven't overshot. Bring that up there. Now, what I'm going to do, what I need to, oh, this is a bit cramped. Let's put that there so I can get to it, and then I can say I want the, right, where is it? I've lost it. Here. I want the nanomaterials to go to the right and go onto that belt. And they're presumably in here somewhere. Nanomaterials to the right. And then we can loop them around like this, put them on here. We then need to get rid of the scrap. That's slightly annoying, so I'm not sure. I haven't got a scrap handling station here. Although, I could pass it down here. Is it scrap or is it contaminated scrap? The thing is, at some point, I'm probably going to end up with both of them. Not you. No, not you either. You. It is contaminated scrap. Okay, so that's going to be slightly harder to get rid of. I think I'm going to need to put in another station for that. So my normal, the way I deal with all the scrap up here is I bring it, I arrange for it to be brought over to this area here, dropped off at this station, where we then deal with all the different types of scrap that are being produced. Fine, but I need to get it over here. That means I need a scrap dealy with station, which looks like, I don't know, I've got them all over the place. Here's one. This doesn't deal with contaminated biofluids, but never mind. We'll take that. Keep the tiles. Keep the train stop name. Blueprint that, and then we can drop this in over here. And this will take away all of the junk that I don't want. Put it there. Then we can just about get onto that loop over there. A little bit more, perhaps. Have I run out? I can't have run out of... No, I haven't run out of scaffold. Oh, there are other bots trying to do it all. Okay, that's fine. I guess I'll just deal with that when they're done. Okay, I can't actually... Can't quite get onto here, so I think what I'll do is put that there instead and extend the loop like this. That looks horrible. I'll do that and then pick up this bit here. Now, how do I manage to get 60 flips? Well, if I say it's through having a reasonably good computer, is that a bit too obvious? To be honest, I haven't done anything especially clever. I don't think it's just Factorio is generally a very, very well optimized game, and I guess I do have a reasonably powerful computer running it. So, despite having lots and lots of different outposts, it does seem it works. Yeah, I just haven't had any problems with it. So I think I'm sorry, it's not a particularly helpful answer, but I think it's just have a good computer may well be the answer. I'm afraid. I know that's probably not what you wanted to hear, but I'm not sure what else I can really say. Can have station? Apparently not. I guess I'll put one of these up here for now, and then I'm going to need to put link power over there as well. That's the blump blump. Actually, why am I doing it like this? Let's just put one of these down. It's easy that way. Just power everything. Tuck it in over there. Right. So that should get this whole area built up. So it was contaminated scrap we're producing. So I need to put a bit of this in over here. Yeah, and I suppose how well your computer's going to cope with running Factorio and massive mod packs. It does depend a bit on the specs of it, and also probably quite a bit on your style of building. If you've got, I'm not sure what the most efficient ways of building are, and I'm not sure if I follow them, but it seems to be working for me so far. Oh, goodness sake. So yeah, I don't have a good answer apart from possibly consider a more powerful computer, which isn't, I accept, is not remotely helpful. Yeah, but it's the best I've got, I'm afraid. That's an interesting point. Mike has pointed out in the YouTube chat that space exploration has less throughput. There's a lot more complexity, but you don't use the sheer quantities of stuff that you use in vanilla Factorio. So in vanilla Factorio, you might have millions upon millions of iron going through. In space exploration, you have thousands of iron going through. So there's a much lower use. There are a lot more different things, a lot more processes and stuff like that. And so you don't tend not to get quite as much slowdown because of that, perhaps. One thing that is worth considering, though, is if you go into the Universe Explorer, if you find a surface you don't have anything on that you don't care about, like Mormo in my case, I haven't been out here, I don't care about it. You can go to Delete Surface, and it will then just remove all of the scanning you've done of that area, like so. So that's now quite a lot of area that it's no longer having to process, having to deal with. Another thing you can do is trim surfaces. So if you've got one that you've explored quite a lot of. So if we take a look at Asalia, if I press the right buttons, if we take a look at Asalia and I zoom out on the map, you see I've explored all of Asalia, but I've actually only used this quarter of it. On this one, I suspect I could probably use the trim option, and it would just remove all of this stuff where I've not gone out, not done anything. And especially if it's a planet with biters on, I think that can save quite a lot of processing power as well, and make things run a bit better and a bit quicker. So those are a couple of things that are possibly worth trying if you want to try and speed the game up a bit. Right, let's bring these whatever these things are, nanomaterials, I think, down here. So that's the first thing. For what are we making down here? We are making the it's going to be in here somewhere. Oh, if it used to have biters on it, you trim it, and then all the biters come back afterwards because you've deleted everywhere where they were being hidden, where deleted all the evidence of having got rid of them. Yes, that's a good point. I hadn't thought of that. Yeah. Ooh, is that heat shield tiles? Yes, it is. Stop flying around when I'm trying to do stuff. Okay, so this is, as usual, is a case of let's bring that. Let's actually bring down all the different components we need. So that's heat shield tiles, nanomaterials, superconductive cables. So I need to put these somewhere. Somewhere is probably quite a distant place because I've basically gone along here and filled up all these. So this is going to be whatever comes out of there. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's another row, another set full. Then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So all the coolants are taking up this one. So I think the next place to go in is just above the pink clouds here. Let's just belt that in like this. It feels a bit silly doing this, I have to admit, because I'm just bringing it from. I'm bringing these things from here to here by going all the way up here and then back down again. But never mind. That's just how it is. I'll have to deal with it. Right. Okay. So we're going to come down here. Like that. And then along here we need to put in a splitter thing there. Actually, let's put in double splitter because it looks like we're not making these it's the superconductive cables I actually need. But oh well. In fact, was it no? Do I need both of these? Yes, I do need both of these. All right, forget the second splitter. We actually just want the one splitter there. Bring that along there and down like that. Why are we not making superconductive cables? Or is it just that we are? It's just very slow. We are. It's just very, 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 very slow. Wow. That's a, I can't even find the time, 30-second crafting time to make one cable. Okay, well you're getting speed modules then, because that is not going to be enough. Okay, that's those and heavy assemblies, holmium solenoids and space pipes. So heavy assemblies are coming out here. Oh, and they're not going anywhere either. Bloody heck. Right. I guess it's just going to have to go up even further. So to here. Down like that. Heavy assemblies, solminoids. Yes, those. That's exactly what I meant to try and say. It's close enough. You know what I mean. Let's put that in there. And then it's just the space pipes. And the space pipes are a little bit tricky. Space science in the asteroid belts instead of Norvis orbit. Interesting. Yeah, and it really, I can see the main disadvantage to it would be that you can't just drop down to Norvis with a basic rocket pod thing, which I'm not doing anyway because I've got on spaceships now, and to be honest, I probably didn't do very much before. So you'd need to actually always have a rocket up there in order to get back home again. But it would, as you say, there are a lot more resources available out there, and a lot more free building space. I mean, there was a wonderful post on Reddit a couple of months ago. Someone who'd made a who was playing a no space scaffolding run. So they'd gone to the asteroid belts and built their entire first tier of all of the space sciences. I want to say. No, it wouldn't have been all of the space sciences. It would just been energy science, whatever it is you need for space railways. Anyway, bum 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 bum. That's done too. It might just be energy science for space railways. I can't remember. But whatever it was, he'd make. Yeah, here we go, space railways. Yeah, just tier one energy science. So he built rocket science and tier one energy science and everything required to produce those on a single asteroid, and had just got over on space trains. I thought that looked amazing. Um, and it much more interesting than my base, which is just sort of massive slabs of scaffolding just floating in space. I mean, it almost looks like a real space station if you zoom out, because you've got the ISS has the same sort of central bit, and then modules and solar panels and things sticking out from on the sides of it. So yeah, but yes, it's yeah, I can see the advantage of the of doing it the other way. It's certainly interesting. And yeah, going out and doing stuff over there is will be could give some advantages. Mike also has a good point though. That yes, the rockets would presumably crash more often, because you tend to be able to fly a rocket up to a space station almost completely safely because it's such a short distance. But yeah, going to an asteroid belt field station would be a bit more risky. Right, I now need to get pipes down here, and that's going to be awkward. Pipes are currently being stored. Oh, I'd already solved that one. That's good of me. Well done, past Laurence. Very helpful of you. So, oh no, 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 ow, no, that's bad. I should know, not regret that. What's supposed to happen over here, and how much have I broken it? I've only broken it a little bit. Um, why? Oh, because there's no boxes there. Oh, goodness sake. I suppose I could put provider chests in here, because we're never going to actually need to provide any. We're never going to want to provide any junk. Actually, there should probably be a requester chest, and they should pull any junk out that's available out of the network, but I'm not going to start faffing around with that right now. Okay, where was I before all that went stupid? Oh yes, so that needs to go under there and out there. There we go, that's better. Should have known that was going to be a problem, and I should have. Let's put in one of these here, and hopefully this will be in just the right position to completely miss this one. Excellent, just what I wanted. So I'll put that there. And there we go. That's now everything that this needs. So I can flip that round and put in one of these. And we'll say you are to insert when this is making these things. High temperature turbine generator is less than... Let's build up to 3, shall we? That's probably a reasonable number. Of course, it's not on the... I've obviously built outside the logistics network now, so I need to put this one over here, which means I need some more of this. In fact, I'm surprised I haven't needed more of this sooner, but let's get that done. Yeah, and I guess with oh, of course, yes, because if you're building in an asteroid belt, you've probably got some methane ice available as well, or a bit more easily available, so you can refuel the rockets a bit more easily. Yeah, that's an interesting idea. I think that's if I do another space exploration run. Spoilers, I'm probably not going to do another space exploration run because my brain is full. And no, it'd be nice to go and play something else. Actually, it's one of the things I have that I dislike is too strong a word, but one of the problems with these sort of big Factorio mod playthroughs is that you get to the end of it and you go, well, that was actually really good. I want to play it again, but the effort and time to try and do another run through is so great that it's just not going to happen. I can't. No, I just can't. No, not you. There, that one. Yeah, sometimes I think, yeah, there's all these things I'd do differently. Like when I finished the Angel Bob's run through, I had exactly the same thoughts. If I was going to do this again, then I'd press straight for. I'd try and get tungsten as quickly as possible. So was it titanium, whatever it was. So I could do the oil. No, the oh, there's a weird liquid processing, something like that. Anyway, that I would do as soon as possible in order to make the game a little bit easier towards the end. And in this, there are things that I'd like to try. Yeah, like going off and building on an asteroid belt. Instead, it sounds very interesting. I'd quite like to give that a shot. But realistically, it's not going to happen. Heavy composites and nanomaterials. Because it's such an investment of time that, well, as I say, it's just not going to happen. I've been playing, I don't know how many... No, not there. Try and get it right. There we go. Yeah, it's such an investment of time that I don't think I'll be doing this again. Yeah, but then the thing is, it's also then it's just going in and solving problems you've already solved, and that's no fun. I don't want to. I'd rather go off and play something else that has new challenges. I mean, yeah, I could try and do it more quickly, stuff like that, but it's not my play style doesn't really lean towards trying to speedrun Factorio. I tend to be a bit more thoughtful, and the amount of time I spend just sort of chatting with chat, again, sort of makes that a bit less effective. So yeah, I probably won't. And also, there are other games that I would like to play. I've been talking about playing Dyson Sphere program for probably about a year now. It's been sort of on the next one on my to-do list for all that time. But I've just never played it because I've been playing Factorio more or less constantly since I don't know when. Yeah, sure, I spend a bit of time playing GTA from time to time, but basically it's mostly Factorio most of the time. So it's, yeah. And yeah, and I guess I've done bits of that sort of thing. So if we take a look down on Norvis, I've gone in and I've ripped up the original smelting facility I had at the start of my bus here, as you do as you expand, and then I built this smelting facility, which is now, as you can see, is mothballed. It's just sitting there as an emergency supply in case it's required. This is completely unbeaconed. It's just bringing in this case, copper ore, smelting it, copper plates out, and then I upgraded to this one over here, which uses basic beacons, the vulcanite smelting system, and so on and so on. And I could probably make this a little bit faster, a little bit more power efficient by using the wide area beacons and just to cover the whole area. But I don't think it's worth it because power is cheap, and I've already maxed out the number of productivity modules I can use. If I could put productivity modules in beacons, then sure, maybe I'd stick in a wide area beacon here to productivity module these up another 100% or whatever. But this is I believe is the top tier of certainly what I've got available at the moment. I got slightly distracted there, as is the way. You are to connect to the network and insert when. Where are they? Those ones are less than 3. Why are you sad? You're sad because you haven't got enough heavy composites. And you haven't got enough heavy composites because they're trickling through slowly and because they're all here. Waiting on this belt where they're not even needed. Let's take some from here. Then we can just chuck those in this machine. There you go, have them. Right, because I only actually need one of each of these for my spaceship, which I've now basically got. So up here, we're just waiting for that one last piece now that the bots are about to bring over. And then this spaceship will be basically ready. It needs filling up with water, and it needs filling up with ion stream. Both of which are going to be... Well, the ion stream isn't too bad. It just means I need to fly it over to somewhere that's got ion stream. Ion, that's ION, not IRON. There's some here, actually. There's lots of it actually all over the place around here. But this is kind of cramped and crowded, so maybe I won't bring it over here. I'm going to need somewhere to produce water as well. So that means melting down a load of ice, and then perhaps chucking some ice in chests in case I need it later. And then I can start thinking about all the stuff I want to take away with me. Oh, hello, Anton. Sorry, I was too busy waffling. Didn't stop to say hi. Welcome to the stream. Why is that not getting built? Why? Oh, oops. Oh, I haven't linked those two. Bloody grump. Let's try that again with a bit less fail, shall we? Nope. A bit more this needed. Like so. That should be enough. Easily. There we go. Right. So that'll get that built, and that'll deal with the grotty stuff that's coming out of here. So that's sorted. So all of this is now working. It's just probably it's a bit slow, but it's working. So now, what's next on my wish list? It's probably going to be a lot of the stuff that I'm building here now. All of these sort of machines that are for making the various different science things. Because the whole point of this bus system down here is to remove the requirements for logistics bots to carry all of the stuff around to make all of absolutely everything, which is where it's a bit of a state at the moment. The thing is, though, that's a fairly major job, and there's part of me that's just going, oh, it's a big job, I can't be bothered with it. So I'm battling with the old laziness here a little bit. Maybe the answer is just to leave this running and not worry about it too much. But any new stuff, put in down here, and maybe then gradually put extra stuff in down here as I have the time and the inclination. Because right now I don't. I want to go off and play with new stuff. I'm going to bring this belt here down here though, so we can get these onto this belt here, and then they'll get filtered out, put into stations down here for the things that need them. And we may or may not start actually building them up here. We apparently will not. Okay, apparently there's enough already out there in the system. Because I said 500. Now is 500 enough? I don't really know. I mean, when a train comes along, it's going to want a lot more than 500. So I think that probably just needs to go into about 5,000. And same with this one. This one. Now, I was going to move this down here, which is why we've got this belt full of mirrors here. But that sort of isn't happening at the moment. So we'll gloss over that for now. We'll just let the logistics bots fly around and eventually crash and burn. Never mind. Okay, so I haven't touched this to-do list for a long time, so this is probably very out of date. Yes, I've got the Vulcanite from Yokin to Norvis orbit. I've got core mining happening on some other planets. I didn't need to do copper core planets in the end because I implemented the core mining, and that seems to have dealt with it. Probe silos, I haven't done them here in Norvis orbit, but I don't need them here yet, so I'm going to call that done. Asalia seems to be happy here. I think... yes, I do want to at some point. So this is more or less the point I'm going to call the end of Series 4 for the YouTube series. So I think for the beginning of Series 5, no, sorry, end of Series 4, and so beginning of Series 5, I think I'm going to update the mod pack to the latest version. And that's going to have two fairly major changes. One of which is that we're going to start needing to use what do we call it? We're going to need to start using large mining drills on Kothar for mining up the iridium, I want to say. Iridites to make iridium. And I think I've already done that. This mine I haven't done. Some of the mines I think I've already done. Yeah, so this one's been upgraded to large mines. This one's been upgraded to large mine. No, this one hasn't. Is it just literally just this one? It's just this one's been upgraded. Okay, so I probably need to come out to Kothar. This one's big as well. And upgrade these. I say probably because I noticed that though two of them are okay, two of them aren't. However, up here we are blocked by the amount of iridium we're using up. So the core mining has stopped because we're not using enough iridium to keep to fill these trains up. So I don't care. I've got plenty of this. It's all right. There's no need to go out and I don't really need to worry about too much about this being produced not being produced quickly enough. So that's probably okay. The second change is that Tulip will become a lot less safe. So in the one of the updates to the mod is that now Vitamelange planets can get random biters appearing on them when meteorites fall on the planet. So I do have meteorite defenses here somewhere. Here they are. I've only got 6 guns though. That's not very many. I should probably put some more in. So yeah, I think I need to. If I upgrade, these are not going to shoot down absolutely all of the meteorites, which is potentially a serious problem because meteorites can now bring biters to Vitamelange planets. So that kind of makes me think, well, I'm going to need to put some walls in. So maybe across like that, across there and there and there and there and there and like that or something. That's a lot of wallage. And that'll then protect the area that I care about. The other alternative, Spidertron on there is a very good idea because it might need to do some repairing and combating and stuff like that. Yeah, so I can have a bit of a quick response. That's a good idea. Ooh, that's true. Yes. Where's my train of thought going? I've lost it now. Yeah, so it's going to be quite a big build out to do all of that, and I can use if any do land and ever get a foothold on the planet, I can potentially glaive them with the big solar laser thing before anything too serious happens. Now, if I turn on pollution isn't too bad, so maybe I could just get away with dropping a Spidertron there with with lots of laser defenses and construction stuff in its armor, and not worry too much about actually building a wall around everything. And then just use the glaive if anything appears on this planet. I'd need to remember to check back on it every so often though. So yeah, that's a thing that I probably want to think about. However, in the meantime, it's far more interesting to think about going out after some naquium. So yes. What am I going to need in order to go out and mine that? So if we have a look at deep space with this map, star map, interstellar map, dark flare. So we've got various little patches of naquitite around. So there's a little one. There's one there. I say a little one. It's 1.3 million. That's not too bad. Might do a little bit more exploring because there's bound to be a bit more stuff around here. And the idea is I want to go in here with everything I could possibly need, and so just have it start building and doing everything without without needing to ship anything in, but also have it not doing anything particularly complicated. So just bring up all the stuff it's going to need. There's some uranium there. I do need more uranium actually. Are there any more naquitite patches? Because that 1.3 million, it sounds like quite a lot. It probably is quite a lot. But I just have this feeling that I'd rather start, if I'm going to build some infrastructure, I'd rather start off with a slightly larger patch than that. And since I'm going out there with a spaceship, I can go literally anywhere I want. I can just land. I'm not going to have the issue you get when you go out with a new rocket to an area and you just crash land at random and then go, oh well, I don't know where anything is, or I'm miles from where I wanted to be and I've got all this stuff and I don't know how to transport it. Ooh, how big's this one? 3.9 million. Okay, that's much bigger. It's not physically particularly big patch, but I think it's going to be I think it's probably going to be a better one to go for. So, it needs sulfuric acid to mine it. Hopefully, crushed necrotite comes from necrotite. Okay, you can do that with a normal mining drill. I don't even need the big mining drills, although I'll probably take those because I can. Okay, there's not really any that are rich and big. That one's possibly slightly bigger. I think I'll get started on this one. And worst case, I can always come out and put in some trains to bring it into my processing area from elsewhere. Yeah, and at this stage, I don't know how much naquitite I'm going to need, so I'll just get sort of started on it and see how it goes. I think. Yeah, so right, I'm going to need some big miners. I'm going to need a supply of sulfuric acid. Now, sulfuric acid you can make from. I've got some methane. Right, so if I want this patch to be, that's a nice big methane patch there. If I want this area to be self-sufficient, I'm going to need to be digging up this methane and processing it into oil and therefore into gas. Oh, and that's going to need some biosludge, which is going to need recycling. This is getting complicated. um, or I could take out sulfuric acid in a spaceship and unload it here. And it's 2 sulfuric acid per mining operation. So, and a barrel holds what, 100, isn't it? Damn Americans can't spell. 50. Okay, so if I brought it out in barrels, that'd be 50 pieces of naquitite per thing. Or if I brought out a tank of it, then one tank would allow me to get 12,500, which is some, but not an absolutely huge amount. Now, I think I want to build that on site. So we've got the methane ice, but methane ice you need to melt it. Okay, melt it to gas, but then you need biosludge in order to turn it into crude oil. Yeah, sending sulfur out might be easier. That'll get because that. Oop, look at the right. What's in? Oh, I see. Nutrient jar. Okay, never mind. Something completely different. Yeah, because it's petroleum gas to sulfur to sulfuric acid, isn't it? So I need iron and sulfur out there. That's probably going to be easier. I'm sure there's iron some. There's water ice. Oh, water ice. 244,000. I wonder how long that'll last. Because I'm just aware that again power is going to be a thing that I'm going to need water for. Because I can't use solar here because it's so far away from absolutely everything. But if there's a patch of water, that'll make things a little bit easier. I can use that to top up the what do we call it? The power station. Okay, so that's good. Yes, I think taking out sulfur and iron and bringing back and then using that water and then bringing back the naquium is probably going to be the best way to do it. Yeah, no iron, which is a bit of a pain. There was another possible field, I think. So there's dark flare there, which is naquium field. Razor is just iron and probably small amounts of, very small amounts of naquitite. The alternative is shattered skies. That's just very methane icy. This one's uranium. No, there aren't any. There aren't any others that have got decent supplies of naquitite. So yeah, dark flare it has to be. We definitely have to go to this one. So right, taking iron, taking sulfur, using the water from there. So that's lots of drills. I should be writing this down. One moment, please. This notebook is getting more and more full of just random Factorio doodles and lists and plans and things, and apparently it's like greasy stains from something or another. So we need for a pen that works. That'd be useful. Oh, come on. This is a very low tech problem for a stream. All right, let's type in a thing here. So add new, right? So for dark flare, we need to have take iron, take sulfur. Oh, true. Yeah. Um. Yeah. All right. Let's do some scan researches. Um. Deep space zone discovery. That'll be the one. These are really, really cheap and quick. Let's do lots of them. There we go. Yeah, that's a good point. So I'll carry on making those. Apparently I won't. I cancelled that. All right, 30 it is. No, I can't. I've filled the thing up. Let's see what we find. It's not going to take long, but yes. So I'm going to need either way. I'm going to need all of these things out there. I'm going to need water is definitely a useful thing to have. Having iron and sulfur in some form or another is going to be vital. Whether I ship it out or whether I deal with it on site, we'll see. Right, where have we found asteroid field pebbles? Show me the new asteroid field pebbles. That doesn't sound like a deep space place. Oh no, it is. It is. Take it all back. So, oh, there we go. Got lots of iron. Got a bit of naquitite. Got some uranium. Got water ice, methane ice, stone, copper. Um, let's have a look. When it says some naquitite, how much does it mean? Scan, 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 scan. Yeah, it wasn't kidding when it said not much. Let's sort of just go off in one direction like this, and then we'll let the game catch up once once I've told it where to scan. Because if we go a bit further away from the origin, then we're going to get larger patches of stuff, right? I mean, that's a massive iron patch, reasonable uranium patch. And as far as I'm aware, asteroid fields are infinite. They're not like planets and moons, which have a limited small size. So I can just keep going like this, and hopefully, eventually, I'll find something worthwhile. Oh, there's some. 1.3 million. So it's not bad, but similar size to the ones on the other one. Oh, there's another naquitite, 662. Still not very much. All right, let's do it this way. Asteroid fields, turn off all the rest, sure. And spaceships. Creepy Hollow, nice. So we've got two Naquium fields. We've got a Realm of Shadows, is that the new one? Because I don't recognise the name. Stone Circles is a new one as well, there, that one. So that's loads of naquitite, got some uranium, got some water, little bits of iron. Let's have a look at it. Decent copper, well, I say decent copper patch, it's less than 1 million, it's actually not that big. Tiny naquitite. I'll just push off to I'll delete all of these once I've chosen one, I suppose, because this is going to be what Moodin was talking about earlier with the game slowing down the more and more when you do too much exploration. Some nice big asteroids though, or at least they feel big. 1 million. That's one of the bigger patches. Well, actually, sort of biggish. Iron there. Methane ice. Oh, methane ice and 2 million. That's better. 1.6 million. 1.3 million. Methane ice. There's not a lot of water around here, but over here, I did find there was that big decent naquitite patch. Not that one. This one? No, there's a bigger one. I think. Yeah, this one. This was the big one, wasn't it? Yeah, 2.2 million. Ooh, what's it? Are you iron? No, you're iron. Not. I was hoping for water. This is stone, isn't it? Yeah. There we go. There's a little bit of water there. 123,000. I mean, that's a. It is. It is a sum. It's just not a very. 123,000. 123,000. 123,000. 123,000. 123,000. 123,000. 123,000. 123,000. 123,000. 123,000. 123,000. 123,000. 123,000. 123,000. 123,000. 123,000. 123,000. 123,000. 123,000. 123,000. 123,000. 123,000. 123,000. 123,000. 123,000. 123,000. 123,000. 123,000. 123,000. 123,000. 123,000. 123,000. 123,000. 123,000. 123,000. 123,000. 123,000. 123,000. 123,000. 123,000. 123,000. 123,000. 123,000. 123,000. 123,000. 123,000. 123,000. 123,000. 123,000. 123,000. 123,000. 123,000. 1 The other question is how far all of these are from Norvis, because the further, or rather from Kalidus, because the further they are away, the longer it's going to take me to fly out to any of them. How are we doing? So there's oh, that's a much better Naquitite patch, but then there's not very much water. We've got all these little tiny patches on the edges of the asteroids. Decent iron, at least, which is a start. Oh, that's another fairly healthy looking one. I think this one is a bit short of water, so I think I want to go and try and find one that's a bit wetter. Let's have another look here. Why is it? Ooh, it's got a question mark there. Ooh, a thingy, an artifact fragment. This is, I suspect, going to be very, very useful, but not just. This is probably a useful, but not just yet, I suspect. All right, so we've still only got the two Naquitite ones. What if we look at this water one? This is very, very water. This one's very, very water, but not very iron. But shipping iron isn't impossible. And if I'm already shipping sulfur, then shipping the iron as well isn't going to be a huge effort. So let's give this one a go. I say lots and lots of water. There's nothing at all, no resources of any sort there. Uh, there's definitely some correlation between name of place and what you find in it, because I found somewhere called Frost that was a cryonite planet. So you know, okay, water ice 4 million. Okay, good, but only 100,000 Naquitite, or 254,000, or it's decent water. No, not 2.6 water. A lot of these asteroids are very, very empty, which is a bit disappointing. Let's go and have a look near this water patch, because that's a lot of water. If I could find a decent chunk of Naquitite and ideally some iron around here, then I'd be very happy. There's some Naquitite. That's 2.8 million, not too bad. And there's some more water down here. This looks promising. So forget that, well, there's loads of water up there, but for now, there's 2.5 million water here, 2.8 million Naquitite, and that's a reasonably big patch as well as they go. Fenestra. I found the, yeah, I found, oh, here's a thing. Maybe? No, maybe not a thing. Ah, yes, here's a crash ship. Wow, that's a lot of turrets and oh, deep space belts. I haven't actually had an opportunity to use those yet. So, and yeah, oh yeah, I see lots of spaceship building components. Is that spaceship wall or ooh, enemy structures? Oh right. So if this is considered an enemy, does that mean I would have to fight my way in past all of the turrets? That would be yeah, interesting. Oh, it doesn't have any ammo though, so it's harmless. And some thermodynamic. Okay, interesting. But yeah, that could be nice to go in and just sort of shred and keep. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff here, and some pistols and submachine guns, and a basic what's name suit as well, and lots of scrap. Oh, and flat solar panel threes. That'd be quite nice. Yeah, I think it's because if you look at the turrets, it says there's no ammo in them, so they're all just empty. But yeah, that does look like it's worth flying out to and harvesting. Where is that? In a sort of how long is it going to take me to get there kind of way. I can't see it, which makes me think it's a very, very long way away. Yeah, I think it must just be outside my. I don't know. I don't know where it is, but like I said, I think the fact that I can't actually see it means it must be blooming miles away. So let's ignore that for now. Because it's just got a question mark there as well. Yeah. Yeah, I think I wouldn't use I just wouldn't use solar outside a solar system because it's just not going to be worth it. So what were you recommending before? Sands of Time. I don't seem to have that one. No, I don't. So it's not gonna be going there. Um, what was I looking at? I was looking at stone circles, wasn't I? Because I wanted all the water. And this looked promising because we had 2.6 million ice there and 2.8 million necrotite there, and it's a decent sized patch, as I was saying. So I could go in and get that. There's no iron though. There is a bit of copper, but no iron. So I think, but then shipping in iron and if I'm shipping in the sulfur anyway, shipping in the iron as well isn't going to be that big a deal. Yeah, it's just I don't think we're going to get any iron around here. There's not. Looking at the amount that was advertised on the Universe Explorer, I think we're probably going to be very, very unlikely to find any remotely worthwhile patches. But okay, we can bring the ship over here, park down here, and start building stuff up. So right, thing to do is is start trying to decide what I need in this ship. What I need to take with me. So obviously I'm going to need a load of mining drills. I think there should be some in my normal personal ship up here. Ooh, fall off the world. So we can grab some mining drills. Now I did discover I don't need the big ones, but it would be quite nice to use them if I can. There aren't any in here though. Helpful. Grump. Pretty sure there aren't. Okay. Well, I think I can get them brought up on the spaceship from Norvis. That's not too much of a problem. In fact, am I already? If I request large area mining drills, are they going to come flying to me like? Oh yeah, some of them are. There's 50 up here apparently. Sweet. I wonder if that's on the shopping list or whether they've just got abandoned here for some reason. Don't see it on the shopping list. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, that's another reason to go out with the big miners then. So we'll get those in place, doing all of that. I have requested 50 of them. 50 isn't a huge number. So let's try adding them on here and say I want another 200. Yeah, I don't know. Spaceships are a bit more interesting, and I think taking over the amount of fuel I would need, getting enough fuel over there to bring a rocket back is kind of daunting. Um, I'm I have to admit I don't know which is going to be easier to get enough fuel over there or to do the interstellar spaceship flight. I guess we'll see. It'll be fun, right? So we need mining drills. We're going to need power over there as well. So let's see. Oh, thanks, Zaj. It's or Zadjo, however you want to pronounce that. Thank you. Yeah, I have to say I'm enjoying the game myself as well, and it's and the challenges are interesting, should we say? So what was I saying? Yes, we're going to need power out there as well. Oh dear. I suspect the beamy powery thing is probably not going to be as effective as I would like it to be. So does that mean I should probably be thinking about nuclear for this? So I think I've got a load of these power cells here. So let's only do a single reactor, I think, because I think more than that is going to be excessive. But hopefully I can summon up. Hey Matt, yes, huzzah indeed. Let's try and get some of the bits and pieces I'm going to need for this for a power plant. So I will need one nuclear reactor. I will need um, oh, hmm. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm reasonably happy to go with that suggestion, I think. So, yeah, beamy power is going to be a lot easier to deal with. Okay, so let's go beamy power. So in that case, I'm going to need a receiver, one of those things, and I'm going to need and then that means I can use the high temperature heat exchanger one, don't need 50 of those, good grief, and the high temperature doohickey turbine generator. So grab those things. So I'm going to need that to come up from down on the planet side, I think. No, I'm building them up here, I think, or at least I was. Those are not being built on Norvis, are they? No. Where is it? Norvis. No, I'm not. I'm not building these down here. I'm pretty sure of it. Because I've basically stopped building things down here because they started requiring weird exotic stuff. So, um, yeah, but I might have ripped that up after making the first lot of them because I wanted to move because I'm trying to tidy up and move on to onto the new construction system. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to be doing is putting in a machine down here to build the beam receivers. I should probably put in machines to make all of the beam emitter stuff as well, because I am probably going, at this rate I may end up needing more of those, but we shall see. Yeah, yeah, a space elevator and being able to send trains straight up to space does sound a lot easier. Of course, I imagine it will be incredibly expensive to build in order to keep the whole thing reasonable and balanced and stuff. Oh, good. This requires lots of things to that I don't already have over here yet. Yeah, Arundel is now working for Wooby though, so if anyone can put new features into the game, it's well, if it's him and all of the other people who've worked there before. So he's got a certain he's in with a chance, shall we say? Actually, let's not do this just yet, just in case I need to move this across because there aren't enough isn't space not enough input spaces. Right, what else was I saying I needed? That I've got. Okay. Lots of things. Are you heavy girders? Yes, you are. So I need them. And I needed the bulkheads of these things. Need the superconductive cables. Those are the ones that are made incredibly slowly. And therefore I can't even see them because they haven't been put on. There aren't enough of them on the belt for them to show up. That's helpful. That's a good question. It probably, I mean, if his full-time job is working on Factorio, then I imagine he's probably going to be less in the mood to work on it in the evenings, and as a side project. But on the flip side, because it's a major and very popular mod, it's quite possible that Factorio the Factorio company will allow him to carry on working on it. Not necessarily in work hours, but at least in well, maybe even in work hours, and therefore be able to get quite a lot of it done. I don't know. I guess we will see how things go. I mean, I don't think there's been an update for a while. Do I have copper? I don't think I do. No, it's not copper. I don't think there's been any major updates in a while, at least not that I've heard of, not that I've been listening all that carefully for them. So it could be that he's very, very busy with the new job. But it's also possible. But yeah, I could see it going either way. That it may help or it may hinder. So like before, meaning as a hobby, perhaps, rather than as as his job. Or there may be some there may be some he can parallelize it a little bit. Who knows? I think we'll just have to wait and see. Eventually, we'll get well, the Factorio. I'm sure space exploration and Factorio development will continue, but okay. I guess you get to a point in development where you don't need to keep doing you've got to the point where you've got most of the stuff that you want to an extent, so you don't need to do. There aren't any major problems, so each update can be a big, new sort of exciting feature update rather than just doing a sort of a little dribbling bits and pieces out here and there type updates. So maybe he's got to that point. I don't know. I'm obviously speculating a little bit. And I have, yeah, and despite being probably, I think I can say without false modesty that I'm probably the biggest YouTube stream for space exploration. I don't have any inside information, I'm afraid. Yeah, and if he's working on something like space elevators, then I can see that being a sort of the sort of major upgrade that will take a lot of time, a lot of excitement, and then when it's done, it'll be amazing. But it'll take a long time to get there. Oh, no, leave that there. There we go. Oh, I've run out of. Oh no, I haven't run out of space rails. Just there's other bots doing it for me. So I've done that because my bus is getting wide enough that I think I need a little bit more space up here to put all the stuff on it. So I'm going to put this station in here, and then realise it's not going to fit because I'm a dumbass and didn't extend that far enough. Oh well, we'll do that much anyway. And then we need to get a line from here to here. Oh, for goodness sake. Sometimes this game drives me up the wall. Like the not being able to the whole not being able to move train railway lines one square across like that. So let's move this up an extra square like that. Think that into it. Just move this whole thing up a little bit. There we go. Have I run? No, I haven't run out. There's another bot coming out to do it. But I'm going to finish. There we go. Finish that off anyway, because there. Right, so what was it doing? Not you. Yes, you. Stop floating. There we go. Right, so grab that. Bring that over to there now in a slightly less stupid. It's just as bad. I hate it. Oh. um, yeah, I can imagine that sort of trying to convince the game to do things it wasn't really designed for could be a little bit bad. Yes, I can kind of see that. Let's go. All right, let's. Why is this painful and difficult? I don't want it to go down like that. I want it to go up, if anything. I'm not putting that in like that. That's horrible. You know what? Let's put this. Let's stop being stupid and just put this here and forget that one across the top there. That's a much more sensible thing to do. Then I can just get rid of that. Put that across there. That up there. I don't know why I didn't do this 10 minutes ago when I first started faffing. But that can then go there. Yeah. I mean, that was the obvious thing to do, and I don't know why I didn't think of it. But apparently I was just being dumb. So, yeah. Yeah, that could be a thing. Yeah, I do like the idea of linking the two games up like that. It'd be interesting, weird, but interesting. Oh dear. Oh no, I've ordered stuff to this station. Get rid of all that, and then that and that, and no, don't do that. Oh, it's already got some. Stop. Right, where was I dropping plastic off? I think it was it was here. So go there till empty. Someday I'll learn to actually remember to stop stations from being linked to their chests before I build them. Today's not that day, turns out. Why are you just sitting there? Okay, just waiting for another train to go. Fair enough then, I suppose. Oh yeah, there should probably be a signal in here. Let's have one there. Just break these things up a bit. I've got rather a lot of... No, I didn't want that station. Damn it. Oh, it must be this one over here. Yes, that's the plastic station. So you, actually, I want you to go to here until empty. Do that instead. Not that, not that, not that, not that. Right. Fix that fail. Go there. We're going to need a lot more Roboport coverage around up here, so... So I want that to go there. There we go. Yeah, you'd think an invisible spaceship would be a fairly effective way to move stuff like that around. Yeah, saying yeah, of course it's easy. Just use an invisible spaceship does sound kind of weird now I phrase it like that, but you know what I mean. Damn it, run out. Yeah, I decided. What are you all these bots doing? Would expect them to be bringing stuff to me if they're flying around. Like, yeah, they are. Oh, maybe they are. I don't know what's going on with those bots. Let's just grab some more. Are they all trying to bring? Yes, they are. They're all trying to bring scaffold to me, but I'm moving around too much and they're getting confused. Fine, load me up with scaffolding. Come on. If I don't let them do it now, they'll just fly around forever. Wow, that's... Yeah, wanting it to actually exist, that's a strange idea. I don't... Yeah, I suppose it depends. It depends what the travel time on the space elevator is expected to be like. With the travel time on the space elevator and the and whether you can have multiple trains on the elevator at the same time. Because if it just teleports it up there, then it'll be really, really quick, instantaneous, obviously, and that might be a bit too easy. I don't know. I say I don't really know very much about what's planned, but it'll be interesting. It'd certainly be interesting to find out, and potentially frustrate. I suppose actually I was going to say potentially frustrating, but then all of my spaceships could just be spaceships, and you'd have each planet would have a space elevator bringing up the stuff from the planet's surface to orbit, and then you could just ship it onwards by spaceship. So that'd be much easier. It's not a mod. I think it's just that I've researched them to the point where they're quite quick, because bots being slow drives me up the wall. Because you go, no, I'm trying to get stuff done, and the bot's going da 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 da. So yeah, I like my bots to be quick. I think I wanted glass. Yes, I did. Okay, then there was copper, which is up here. So we'll split that out, bring it down this one. Yes, one for going up, one for going down. That does make sense. Copper. Oh, and I needed these as well. So what I should actually do here, come to think of it, is I should bring the copper off, break the copper off here, and have this one split out the girders, because I don't need the bearings for this. And this is going to save a little bit of space. No, the other side, please. There we go. Build them there, and then that. No, and that, like that. There we go. Right, so let's check the shopping list. We've got copper, yes. Glass, yes. Girders, yes. Aerofoam bulkheads, no. Conductive cables, no. Heat shielding, obviously, yes. Blue circuits. So those two are around here somewhere. So here we go. Here's one of them. Go there. So, you know, well, let's be tidy and put these in early rather than waiting for me to come along and then go, ah, there's stuff in the way and have problems. Oh, I don't need that there because that isn't a place where things go travel across. That is though. So I'll put one in there. Right. So that's. Did I do that? Yes, I did that. Okay, so that's that one, and then finally the other thing was the holmium cable. No, the superconducting cables. Much worse. These ones up here, in fact. So it needs to come down about this point. Right, that's everything except blue circuits, and I've run out of space to put stuff into this. So I'm going to move this one across a little bit, like that. So I've got a little bit more space to play with. And what were we making here? I have completely forgotten. It was the beam receivers. There we go. That thing. And now we need to go to the new station I've just put in and get some blue circuits coming in here. So I don't want you to be summoning anything for now. Just wipe all of these out. So we've got a clean slate to start with. Then this one, yes, I want you to be blue circuits. That one. But I've not got any steel chests. Do I have steel down here? Because this would seem like an obvious way to do this if I have. I have a feeling I did. Yes, there it is. Steel. Ha! Nice. Where are they? There they are. Those things. So put one of these in here. Split out the steel here. I'm just literally doing it by the book. This is exactly how this sort of system is supposed to work. Like that and that. I do, you're right. I'll have a look at that in a second. Thank you. Yeah, I thought I'd fix that, but maybe not. Link to the network, connect, insert if steel chest less than 100. Oh. Aha. Turns out there is no system for fueling my vulcaniting train, my vitamelanging trains. That's unfortunate. I'm kind of glad it happened when they were at this end, to be honest. If it happened when they were on Tulip, it'd been much more of a faff to sort it out. But I guess we'll sort it out a better had. So let's do this one first because it's easy to get at, and then this one second because it's hard to get at. Right, because it'll start moving rather. Okay, so that's that fixed. That reminds me, actually, this ship here is waiting patiently to be sent off to Tulip and set up as a... Tulip is a moon. Off to Tulip and set up as a... to land here and start doing the... this thing, taking away the core fragments. So let's get that programmed, actually. I know I'm doing the attention span problem thing. In fact, while I'm having an attention span problem, let's finish getting that blue circuits into the right place, because I've nearly finished that, and then we can worry about the next thing. So then we can worry about getting that ship flying properly, because that is something I should have done by now. Should have done long ago. So we want blue circuits here. We want minus 200 of them, and then we build not quite that big a brush. Thank you. Yeah, that'll do. Bring it down here, and then from here it'd be this height would be the blue circuits. Like that. Oh yes, this is the right place. We'll put that there. Actually, technically, we'd probably put that on the north side, like this. And in fact, we wouldn't. But this is the only thing it needs it, so we'd do this. Right, and that should get me the whatchamacallit, all the blue circuits down here, and that should be everything I need for this system, apart from power, of course. Plump. And an output into a red chest, and you're to output until we have 3 of these. I don't know why 3, it just seems like a good number. Okay, so let's go and get that spaceshipping. I think I'm going to need to go with it for its first run, because I'm going to need to put another train down at the other end. Yeah, because there isn't one. I don't think there's one on Tulip at the moment. No, there isn't. There's no. There should be 2 trains in here that are loading up from there, and there aren't. So I need to take a couple with me. Let's make sure I've got that. Let's get rid of all this actually. This is why I every so often go, oh my god, there's so much junk in my logistics network. I need to go and have a big tidy up of it. It's because I keep just dumping all this nonsense like this. I probably don't want that either. All the spaceship building parts. Maybe I want those. Right. What was I saying? Yes. So trains. Yes, trains. It's not a bad idea. Yeah. One moment. Let's finish one train of thought for, if you pardon the expression, pardon the honestly accidental pun for once. So I need to 2 more trains, and they need to have 5 wagons each. So that's 10 of those. I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, it is. Okay, let's delete that Fenestra surface. Delete. Cannot delete anomalies, so I can't. Oh, I can trim it though. All right, that works too. I need to get this ship fueled up as well. Whoop, whoop. So, let's see. Have I got all this? Yes, I've got all the train bits I wanted. And while I'm out there, I need to put in the fueling system on for the trains on Tulip, assuming I've got anything out there that I can burn as fuel, which I must have, surely. We'll have a look. So, right, it's programming time. If train is full, if train is full of core fragments, then and we are on that one, which we're not going to be. We're going to be on. No, we're not going to be on that one. We're going to be on Tulip, which is 1138, Moon 1138. Moon doesn't matter for this particular one. Moon 1138, and we've got. Oh, then this is the next one. If we've got full fuel and we're in orbit, then do this thing. This thing now needs to be to go to Moon 1138. So to go back out to Tulip. That should be the only thing that needs to be changed, actually. We tell it to go to Tulip, and then everything else is exactly the same. It just goes around the same loop as absolutely all the other ships. Okay, I'm going to unlink this for now because I'm doing this in manual mode for the time being, just so we can make sure it gets to the correct place. So I want to go to Norvis orbit, and then I want to anchor. Not here. One of these fueling points. I think it's probably here. Probably here, rather. Let's try it. Where's my ship? Give me my ship. What? Right. Let's try it again. Anchor to Norvis orbit. Maybe the place I tried to anchor wasn't suitable. I should do it automatically, actually. Never mind that. Back. If I linked this up to here, it should land automatically using the correct. That's a number 3. Where's my one for land? Where's my combinator for landing? Presumably it's this one. Yeah. 3 anchors to 9. But we're not automated. No, Norvis orbit. That one. There we go. Right. Okay, so now we are fueling. Yes, this is fueling up nicely. You can see the. I do like the ion stream is apparently a gas and therefore fills up from the top down, even though we're in space, and therefore that makes absolutely no sense at all. But yeah, Factorio physics. And then we'll drain these tanks into here. Oh, I put the extra locomotives and things in here already. That was unusually organised of me. So probably could do it all by bot, but I'm going to go out and do it myself because I need to put in a fueling system for the Vitamelange based trains. I assume that the core mining based trains are getting loaded up on Norvis because I haven't had to faff with those. Yes, they're getting fueled up here. Good. Okay, that's all right then. But I do need to put something in for the Vitamelange trains on Tulip, or possibly here, I guess. There isn't any fuel in this vicinity, but then there probably isn't going to be any fuel in the vicinity of the other ones at the other end either. And I haven't got any ground belts. It's a bit wasteful to use space belts. Haven't got any ground belts here either. Great. Oh, well, I've got 32 of them. It's not really very many. I wonder what we've already got on Tulip. It's up here. Did I have a station full of miscellaneous assembly junk? No, I didn't. I thought so. So where is all my miscellaneous junk on Tulip? Probably down here in this this area. Yes, but there's not very much of it. Have I just used up all of the useful stuff I had down here? Maybe I have. I could pull this belt up actually. That's not needed anymore. It's not doing anything. I don't ship this out by rocket anymore. How much is in there? Not very much. Okay. And do I have anything remotely like fuel up here? That's the other question. I've got oil being brought in, and you can do stuff. Why have I got 2 oil stations? Did I just have a complete brain fart and not realise that I already had oil over here? Apparently so. We've got lots of solid fuel actually. This could be repurposed. Now we don't need rocket fuel here anymore. I could bring that up here, although not to have a long enough belt, but I could bring it up here and use it to fuel up the trains all the way up here. It's a lot of belt, but yeah, that seems like my best idea. Okay, we'll do that. How's the fueling going? Oh, pretty well. How well by numbers? 560. Okay, so we need another 30,000 on here before the spaceship will leave. That wasn't me. That was the. Oh yes, there's the Vitamelange spaceship coming back again. Excellent. How is that one doing? I mean, how full are all these getting? Not. Okay, this is completely empty. We are still getting through the Vitamelange extract as fast as we're digging it up and bringing it over. That's shocking. This one, the Vitalic acid and the Vitamelange core chunks are not being used at any sort of decent rate, so that's interesting. So as you can see, the trains are going back in with those wagons still full, which is expected. It's how it's supposed to work. And then the ship will head off again once it's refueled, and go off and get some more of the ones we're actually getting through massive quantities of. So that's good. I mean, it's working as expected at the moment. How are we doing here? 584, just another 6,000. Part of me kind of wants to take this spaceship just to see how fast it goes, but I need to worry about getting some water into it. It can't take off from planets, there's no point. I'd just be stranded in Tulip orbit. So we'll leave that alone for now. But this one is nearly full, nearly fueled. You have 88, 89. 90, there we go. Blip. And it's lit up. And let's just make sure it is actually going to tulip. Yes, it's going to tulip. Excellent. Things seem to be working. I am cautiously optimistic. Lasers on the front are happy, zapping away at the rocks. Right, let's look back at Norvis orbit, because I feel like it's a sensible place to be looking at while I'm just waiting for that ship to fly over, because it's where all the exciting stuff happens. So yeah, along here we've now got these. Oh, we still haven't got the blue circuits coming through. Oh, those have not been built because there's no. Oh, there's no Roboport down here. That's the problem. Put that. Can't put it there because it's out of the range. Or I'll put it here. It's a bit of overlap, but never mind. So that should now get built because it's in a construction area, and then we'll have logistics on this, and all those boxes will get flown away and built as they should. So, oh goodness sake, there we go. And then we've got some more construction bots coming over now to get some more of these boxes. Fly them up here, and boosh, we should have a. Yes, sure. Put in the wrong ones first. Put in the ones I don't care about first. Why not? Right, there we go. That's close enough, I guess. It's one of the two that I needed. So those will flow down there. Actually, there needs to be a splitter in here so that I can go that way as well, because I'm bound to need these somewhere further down the line as well. And then down here, yes, there we go. And is that enough? Is that everything you need? It should be. Yes, there we go. Good. Right, how are we doing? How far away are we? Still 2 minutes. Okay. That's 2 of those, and the third one, yeah. Okay, so that's working nicely. I think I should possibly consider making more of the beam, the other end of these things, so that I can put in a third beaming system in Kalidas orbit, because it does occur to me that I've got these two. This one is just steadily powering Norvis, I think. No, it's not. Okay. How much power have I got on Norvis? Let's check that before it becomes a problem. Norvis. How hot are you, Norvis? Oh, it's gone. Oh no, it's not gone cold yet. It's still at 2,600 degrees. So that's pretty high. It's doing okay. I'm not sure why it says output 1 watt. I don't know. I'm not too worried about that. So back to the orbit then. How is the ship doing for heating up? It's at. Oh, it has reached 10,000. Okay. In that case, I'm going to point this one back at Norvis here specifically, and to get that toasted back up again. This one, where are you firing? Oh, you're still destroying. Okay, that's nice. In that case, how is Myokin doing for power? It's the problem with this system. It looks okay, but the problem with this system is I need to keep going around and checking on them, which is a little bit annoying. But while we're checking on stuff, how is the glaving doing on Norvis? And is it glaving in the right place? But the biters are looking a lot thinner on the ground down here than they were before, I think. So my plan was to go after some more uranium patches, but it does occur to me that... oh, there it is, down here. That's not where I want it to be. It does occur to me that it'd probably be easier to go out to asteroid fields or just anywhere else where uranium grows rather than clearing out the biters. So this isn't the possibly not the best way to do it. But okay, let's glaive somewhere in a slightly different place, shall we? Let's glaive back over here where you're supposed to be playing. Right, here's the base. Some of it. Uranium was down here somewhere, I think. Yeah, there's a decent patch of uranium. That's probably the one I was going for. Let's start working on this one here. Okay, it's going. Good. Right. Are we there yet? No, still 8 seconds away. Okay, 8 seconds isn't too bad. I can deal with that. Yeah, I can't answer the question about ruins on planets or moons. Space patch grounds in the way. Oh no. Yeah, I probably should set up alarms to warn me when I run out of heat. You're quite right. Shut up. Anchor on tulip. I'll just do it manually for now then. Oh, actually. Oh, maybe I can fix that by maybe I can fix that by with robots rather than having to land in the wrong place and then sort it out. So I need to get rid of that one, that one, that one. Is there anything else around here? Let's find out. Yes, that. Hooray! Right, I'm going to disconnect this so it doesn't go anywhere. Like that. These are obviously on manual for some reason. So I want them to go to... Are these not named properly? Is this not named properly? No, it's not. Okay. Right, so you are called... you are supposed to be going to core pickup. So if I change that to core pickup... I don't think I had a capital P. There we go. Right, I want you to go to core pickup. And same for you. And then I need to make copies of these trains. Blomp. Oh, and I'm going to need to fuel them as well. That's going to be potentially a problem. I don't think I brought any coal with me. Copy these instructions. Those two. I want you to go to core pickup. I want you to go to core pickup. And you're going to need some fuel. Do I have anything for fuel? I do. Oh, don't take all of my rocket fuel though. That might work actually. That might be enough. Let's give them 2 each. There we go. Get out of the train. Right, so this spaceship would now fly away without me. However, I've turned it off, so it's not going to. I've disabled it by unplugging one of its cables, which is maybe slightly mean, but I don't care. Right, I'm going to try and, as I fly around, I'm going to try and claim any yellow belts that there are anywhere in this, anywhere on this planet. We'll see how well this works. I suspect there won't be any. Where am I? Going completely the wrong way. I suspect there won't actually be any. I'm just going to have to dig up some along here as I go. Oh, that's a very good point. Yes, I could use those. Yes. Now I haven't been, mostly out of sheer laziness. Is there a significant advantage to using them? Are they more efficient or anything? And why would I? Now that I've already built it up, why would I go in and change? But you know, let's pull up all of this. What are the basically what are the advantages of the high temperature ones? If they're more efficient, if they give you more energy or bring back more, allow you to get back more water, then it's probably worth it. But if it's just that they're smaller and more compact, since I've already got it set up, there's not a lot of point in changing over. At least that's how I see it. I am kind of using solar. I'm just using solar in orbit around Norvis. I find the big problem with solar is the sheer amount of accumulators you need to spread around the area. It's not the panels so much. I mean, I've got a lot of solar panels out there. It's the sheer number of accumulators, and accumulators take much longer to build and are much more of a faff. So I haven't wanted to really build. I haven't wanted to do it go complete full solar because because of the accumulators. It's just the effort of building those up. Because I have got massive banks of accumulators that I was using for the for dealing with what do you call it? Coronal mass ejections. But it's just, I don't know if it's enough. Okay, so on Norvis it would just be space saving, and I've got it built. I found a space for it, so it's not worth faffing with, I reckon. Thank you. Okay, so here we are. Here's my solid fuel. So we're not going to. I suppose I could use rocket fuel for the trains. It's a bit Seriously overkill though. Let's just use solid fuel. I think it's probably. Is it more efficient? Actually, I don't know. It probably isn't. Come to think of it, let's use rocket fuel. Why not? It's the supply is there. Right, where are the trains? That's first. Let's build the other way for now because I don't know. It just seems easier. I could build down along. 1, 2, 3. Ah. You say opportunity cost. I mean, I would. It would be. It's more. I think you're doubling. You're double counting there. I think. Oh, there is some useful stuff. Maybe. Yeah, there's a load of. Oh, there's yellow belts there. You're double counting because if you've built the solar arrays already, then you don't have the then there's no missed opportunity cost of not using them elsewhere because if you hadn't built them, then you wouldn't be able to use them. So yeah, you're definitely double counting. Do I have any blue underground belts left? Let's find out. But yeah, it's a fair point that using yeah, there is quite a lot of other extra costs that go into those things. But to be honest, it was more of a sort of I don't want to use nuclear because I'm running out of uranium. Oh crap! What's going on here, and why is it not doing it what I want? Oh, I see. That's supposed to be doing that, and then this is supposed to be doing this. Yeah, I don't want to use uranium because I'm running. So I don't want to use nuclear because I'm running out of uranium. I don't want to use solar because I don't want to have to build so many accumulators. I don't want to have to. So I think this is quite a good way of getting power, even on Norvis. Well, no, because you're either building the if you're building the system. If you're building a system to power your home planet, then you're building it to power your home planet, and therefore that's the cost of the that's the cost of all the scaffolding and beaming infrastructure, as you say. If you hadn't built that, you wouldn't be then you wouldn't be able to beam power. You wouldn't be able to beam power to your other space vehicles or whatever. So there isn't actually an opportunity cost because it wouldn't otherwise be. If you hadn't built it for power, it wouldn't be there. That's what I was trying to say, and admittedly rather clumsily. Fine, I don't care. Right, there we go. Trains are now fueled. Well, they will be eventually once this has flowed through sufficiently far. Or is it at the moment? Okay, it's getting there. Yeah, I don't actually want those anymore. We'll take some more solid fuel though. Why have you stopped? Oh, okay. Right, that's that problem sorted. I like the idea of the beam-powered ships. It seems like a really nice way to keep them powered and so on. But the I'm a little bit bothered by the effort required to keep moving the beam targets around whenever you want a ship to do something slightly different. So I don't know. I'm not sure whether I like that design or not. Why are we still here? Oh, I know why we're still here because we've got. Oh no. Why are we still here? 20,000. There's only 13,000 core fragments. That's interesting. 2, 3, 5. Only one of these trains. I'm only getting output from one of these trains. You're stopped on spaceship. You're stopped on spaceship. You're reading train contents out onto that there. You're reading train contents out, and we've got. I can't find a place to read it. Here we go. We've got... we don't have train signals. Signals from having trains, rather. So this has got now got an output of C there, and did I look on the... One of these trains is not stopped in its station. Is it you? Oh, no, this cable isn't connected. There we go, there's the problem. Not sure why not, but there should be a cable going from there to there. There we go. Yeah, the effort... I mean, if you have a beam that's always for Norvis, for example, then you don't need to move it around. So there's no faff there. However, if you're using beam power to power spaceships, which I am, I mean for my new one that I've got in Norvis orbit, yes, this is going to require me, whenever I want to recharge it, is going to require me to do it manually. However, my plan is currently for this to be a manually flown ship. I'm going to, as you can see, there's no automated loading and unloading systems on it, so I'm just going to fly it out to wherever I decide to go in the end myself, sort everything out there, and then fly it back again, and probably unload it by hand when I get back in the first instance. Then in the future, I'll think a bit more about how else I want to do it, and it could be that I decide actually it's going to have to go nuclear because I don't want to have to deal with this manually. Or it might be that it'll come back and we'll find out that it's still at 9,900 degrees C, and so it's absolutely fine just to send it round again, and leave it automated for a while. I am a little bit concerned that if I just leave it automated, that at some point it will get stranded in deep space because I'll forget to fuel it up again. And as far as I'm aware, you can't actually wire into these things and say, hey, how hot are you? I could put some steam tanks in here. I haven't, but I could. I'd have to make the ship quite a lot bigger for that, though. And even then, you'd need to have enough steam to get back from wherever in the tanks. And at that point, why have the receiver and the heat exchanger at all? Why not just put in a load of steam tanks in here and see how much power, and see if you get enough power out of those? The problem is, I have almost no idea how much power it's going to take to fly this thing out to Darkstar or wherever I decide to go to. They're all quite a long way. Oh, that's a good point. Of course, yes. If it gets stranded, I can just beam to it. Yeah. All right. That's not so much of a worry then. And I'm going to need to build another, possibly need to build another beaming device to charge the outpost wherever I do it. Oh yeah, true. Then there's, yeah, I'll get to antimatter reactors eventually, and then it'll solve all of my problems forever, I'm sure. Maybe. Okay. Right, where am I? How far away? How are we doing? 2 minutes away. Okay. Oh, this is going to take. Oh, balls! This is going to take me to Norvis. I don't really want to go to Norvis. Oh well, I can just stay on it for a little while and just ride it round the loop and think about something else while I'm doing it. Right, okay, so yeah, we'll see. Ion Stream I'm not too worried about. I put in a load of tanks just because there was room for it. I thought might as well just fill the width up. But Ion Stream seems to go a long, long way. Like we've flown all the way to... Actually, I say that said, we've flown to Tulip and part way back, and I've used 4% of it already. So, I don't know. And there's only one engine on this ship. So, I don't know. We shall see how it goes, though, I guess. We'll Yeah. Worst case, I revert to a previous save if I strand myself somewhere out in the middle of nowhere. If I'm not given all the information I need to work out whether my ship can get somewhere, then I don't feel too bad about save scumming. Right. So what I should probably do actually, is this ship inside a convenient logistics zone? Let's have a look. Yes, at least the front part of it is. Okay, so if we turn this into if we turn those into requester chests, then I can have a bit of a think and start putting together my my shopping list for going off to wherever I go to. So Right, we've got one of those. We've got 50 of those. That's not clearly not going to be enough, but I've got some more in my inventory, so that's probably fine. I'm going to want a load of space belts. I mean, and again, these are things I've got in my inventory, but I think it's probably worth making sure I've got plenty of them all. So we'll take 1,000 of those. I'm going to probably need some inserters. So let's take 200 of those and 200 of those. I'm bound to need some pipes because you always need pipes as far as I can tell. So we'll take 300 normal pipes and 200 pipes to ground. True, yes. Yeah, I mean, yes, there are ways to get a stranded spaceship back, but oh, the effort. I think I probably prefer to fly out in a normal spaceship to I don't know, and then clip to it and fly it home. That might be quite a good way to do it. Right, what else? So I'm going to drill it up with a miner. That's going to be water, ice rather. So I'm going to need to melt the ice, which means I'm going to need a load of the biochem facilities. I should start putting these in a different box actually, because that one's going to fill up. I know I've already summoned them to there. They're probably going to all arrive, so I'll have another 20 here just in case. Let's have one of these. I'm trying to think what else I'm going to do out there. So I'm going to be making sulfuric acid. So that's some more. That's going to be biochem facilities again. And we're going to also need an enormous quantity of iron and copper, iron and sulfur. So let's say I would like resources. Let's just have 1,000 of that for now, and 1,000 of that. So got the water, got the water with which I can make the oh, and I need the thermal things. So I need one of them and one of them. So those three are going to be my power production. I'm going to take out some of these pylon substations just because you can never have too many. I'm not going to need more than 10 of them. They're huge. So I'll take out some of those. There's some in my inventories anyway, but this is just sort of to get a bit of a top up for all those sort of things. Oh, I'm going to need a warehouse to put all of the mined stuff into. So let's take 5 of those. I feel like that might be everything I need because I'm just going to nip out there. Build up a basic thing and then just dump some over by hand. So I think that's probably everything. I mean, I've got a lot of stuff in my inventory. How are we doing? Oh, we're back in Norvis orbit. I beg off. There we go. Glad I didn't end up back on Tulip. That would have been embarrassing. Nope. Oh, yes, there it is. I think that's probably everything I'm going to need. I just know that I'm usually wrong when I say that. Oh, I haven't got any water in here yet, so that's a bit of extra development that needs to be done yet. So I need to fly to somewhere where I've got a supply of ion stream, and I'm filling up with ion stream there and water from there. Right, so I could squeeze onto the end of here where I've got the ion stream, but that won't help with the water, and there's no ice around there anywhere. There is also ion stream up here, but probably no ice around, because why would I have ice in an energy production facility? I've got some clamps in my inventory somewhere. I've got a lot of junk in my inventory as well. Let's get rid of some of that. If I go up here, I can get rid of some of the vitamelange related stuff. Vitamelange spice, that's this one, isn't it? Yeah. I can't do anything useful with these because they're not processed here. So not processed in this film. Um, oh, scaffolding, that would be important. I've got quite a bit here, and I'm going to mostly build on asteroids, but I'm probably going to need scaffolding to get between them. I reckoned I didn't need a belt system there, I think. Which one was it I was looking at? It was the watery one, stone circles. I probably don't need a train system. Oh. Yeah, so there's the aquatite, there's the water. So I don't think it's worth having a train just to go across this distance. I'll just run a belt across here. So that might be me. Maybe I'll take another 1,000 belts with me just to make sure that works. Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, a little bit of scaffolding. I've got quite a bit of scaffolding in my inventory, but again, it can't hurt to have a bit more, can it? So let's do that. What am I getting brought to me at the moment? And how much of it do I actually want? Oh, they're taking stuff I didn't want away. Excellent. To be honest, that's probably enough. Yeah, there are the clamps I thought I had. I've got some solar, which is going to be completely useless out there. I've got some supercomputers for some reason. Get rid of them. Got some accumulators. Again, I don't want the accumulators in my inventory. Or those. Uh, I don't need landfill for this, but I also don't want to chuck it just because I'll probably need it later. I'm not. Oh, actually, yes. Let's beacon the miners because they've been warned how slow they are. So that's probably. I'll stick a beacon on the beacons on the mining area. I've got some speed and efficiency modules. That's enough. That should be enough. I've got quite a lot of pipes and belts and things already. Let's get rid of all of those. Don't need those. Or those. I feel like that's probably all right. I think. Yeah, I think I'll risk this. If it isn't, if assuming if there isn't a problem with the ship, then and I realise I've forgotten something, then I'll fly back and get it. But if the problem is related to the ship and me because I don't know how much fuel it needs, then I might do something funny. I'll take your word on that. I don't need to turn the entire patch into a square though. I only need to put it where the miners are trying to go but don't quite fit. All right, let's take some more scaffolding. Which one's got some space? This one's got some space. Not got very much sulfur. That's interesting. Am I making sulfur up? No, I'm sure I'm bringing sulfur up by rocket. Maybe it's not getting left in a. Maybe the rocket isn't covered by the rocket landing area isn't covered by the Ujima what's it? What was I looking for? Oh yeah, scaffolding. That one, two. Shouldn't put all this in here actually. Let's take that out of there. Put that in here. I'm pretty sure that I have a ship bringing sulfur up here. At least I'm supposed to. Yes, here it is. So there is loads of sulfur available. It just... Oh, that's only 500. There we go. 1,000. Yeah, so it is being brought up. It's obviously just not inside the logistics area. I think in the future, I will make... at the point where I realise how much natrium I need and all that sort of thing, I shall make a bigger version of this ship that has room for a train to go down along the middle of it, or along the edge of it, or something like that. And that train will carry sulfur and iron out and bring back the natrium, or the naquitite rather, and then we'll decide what to do with it from there. What is the processing for naquitite, for that matter? I should actually look at this, shouldn't I? Really. Right. So you get the naquitite, you crush it in a crusher, fine. Or a pulverizer. Then you wash it. So it's going to need to go to a planet for all this to be done with it, I think, because I'll want to do everything with productivity modules in order to get the extra efficiency and so on. But we need vitalic acid as well, so it's going to be another thing that needs to be brought there. Are there? For some reason I thought there weren't meteorites in an asteroid field. There aren't. There's no meteorites have landed here. I think we're safe. Now my train of thought has gone. Oh, yes, there we go. Yeah, I was looking at how to make naquitite, or naquium. So you then use the acid to make powder and sand and water, which you then turn into ingots with vulcanite. Then you go into actually processing it. Okay, actually using it. So there's quite a few steps, and it requires vulcanite. It requires vitalic acid, which we've only got up here at the moment. It requires yeah, and water. So water, vitalic acid, and vulcanite. That's manageable, I guess. Good question. I think most of the new recipes are only coming from space exploration, Gandalf. But there are a few other things. I think there are a few other things in there that are doing things like long reach and stuff like that. I don't think and warehouses, but most of this stuff. Oh, the menu. Sorry, this thing. This is FNEI. This whole box. This is a different mod. But for anything more complicated than vanilla, I feel it's more or less essential because you just can't cope. It's almost impossible to go through just looking at the things in here and trying to follow trails back and forth. So I reckon it's more or less vital. Okay, let's try and get some. You know what? I might just put this. I think I'm going to make another refueling point for ships like this that require these sorts of things, and I'll do it here just because I am here, and I'm also because I'm lazy. So that means another one of these unloading stations. What? Oh, help! I might go and fix that up as well. Oh, a rocket has crash landed on its way in from Ganymede and dropped and scattered vulcanite all over the place. In fact, scattered vulcanite all over the place. What? Why? Oh, it's my bots bringing it to me. Stupid things. Right. Yeah. So the rocket has crashed. That's why there's hordes and hordes of construction bots deconstructing the crash rocket parts and filling my logistics system up with vulcanite, no doubt. Yes, they're putting it all into the chests here. Great. Just what I need. That's another thing to tidy up some other time, I think. Yeah, have that. What was I saying? Oh, yes, I need some rail. Bonk. So, over here, I can then come in here, swoop in here like this, finish off the railway line. Like this. And then that train's going to be able to get out. Okay, so I now need an unloading station about here. Once again, I've forgotten to disconnect the thing. So let's put that in there and quickly get rid of that. There we go. So this is going to be unloading the fuel types. So one of them is ion stream, which can just come in by train, absolutely trivially, which is lovely and simple. We don't need any of the stuff on this side. Still don't need any of the stuff on this side. Therefore, we don't need that either. And because we've got a fluid coming in here, we don't need that. So I'm going to need to rewire these to make sure they'll actually work, but that's not too difficult. Train of thought. Right, yes. So we need a pump on here to So this pump is going to unload the ion stream that comes in from the train. That doesn't want to go there. Let's put it there instead, so it's a bit more room. So I might then hopefully be able to put 2 tanks in here. Now I just need a little bit more of this, like that. There we go. So that's my ion stream. Simple. This is eventually going to be water, but at the moment it's ice. So I'll put in a bit of a thing like that. And then I'm going to need a biochem facility here, like so. Okay, I had one. That's nice. And I want you to... No, I want to melt ice. So you want to make water from... No, it's from steam. Water from ice. There we go. And that will also go out into tanks, of course, because where else would you store water? We're going to need... No point in having that there. Let's just use the big pylons, because that's what they're for. Big pylon substations, rather, because that's what they're for. Put that there, I guess. You are not requesting any of these. You are requesting ion stream, which is the blue clouds. Yes. Minus 25,000. And ice baby, which is that one. And so minus 200 of that, because it's a nice convenient number. I shall then reprogram these to unload the ice. Okay, so now we need to go up to the ship. We should probably put in a... Ooh. Probably should put a clamp on this ship, really, just so it can land. Stop falling off. There we go. So it can land in the right place. Now I think clamps don't have to be particularly anything. They don't. You can just put them on the edge of a ship there, I think. No, you can't, because they're on the ship grid, because of course they are. Yeah. Do I need a clamp on this ship? Maybe. I sort of kind of do, because I could put an extra piece of wall there. No, I can't, because I got rid of all of the base thing for that. If I put that there, and that, oh no, don't do that. Stupid, 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 stupid. Right, what I actually wanted to do there was I wanted to put in a little bit of a sort of a marker along the edge. I didn't want to pick up all of the spaceship floor. So if we do this, there we go. There's a marker for the edge, one edge of the spaceship, and if I do the same on the other side, this puts out a position that I know I can just park in when I bring the ship back, and hopefully that'll be enough for me to line it up properly. We shall see when we get back here. So what I'm also going to do is run a pipe across from here for the ion stream, and a pipe across from here for the water. Let's just run this one down, so I can run them along together this way, which feels neater. Probably isn't and won't work very well because of pipe physics, but never mind. Right, so there's that, and now shove in a long piece there, and again, yeah, sure, why not? There, and then that. No, it's too big. 7. Link these up. Boop, boop, boop. Then over here, I can now have these come down to where they're actually needed. I should probably put pumps in on these actually, but if I put the pumps in at the beginning of the pipe, that'll work just as well as at the end, I think. I'm not sure if that's actually true. Does anyone happen to know if you put the pump at the beginning of a pipe like this, is it just as effective as if you put it at the end? This isn't lined up well at all. Let's not use the big one there. Let's use the next size down. Make things a bit more sensible. It probably is, but I don't have... Well, actually, I do have power at the other end, because the ship's going to be there, but... I don't know. Nope, don't fall off. I like that you can fall off, but it's a bit weird that you can still move even when you've not got any space stuff. But then I guess it's sort of for playability reasons. If you could fall off, if you could actually genuinely fall off the world and just drift away forever, it would be incredibly frustrating whenever it happened. So I think it's probably a sensible gameplay decision that it's slightly unrealistic like that. Okay, now all this needs wiring up. I should have done this a while back, but never mind. So to get everything, that to there, and then that to there. Yes, there we go. That's all is all linked up. I don't know. I've not tried this. This has been my first spaceship that's got an energy beam receiver on it. But yeah, I feel like it should work. I don't know whether it does, but I feel like it should. Yeah, exactly. That's my point. It would be extremely cruel to have you just drift away whenever you fall off. It means your own fault for running out of jet fuel, yes, but yeah. But, I mean, it's already got the if you run out of the life support canisters, you die thing going on. So it's only slightly harsher than that. Or it's only one extra harshness or something like that. All right, what are we getting on this train? I think that's picking up ion stream. Yes, it is. Ion stream pickup. Nice. Yeah, so there's plenty of space around here, which means in theory I could potentially use this basic ship design from here, as long as it's got the inputs here and here for its fluids. I could make a ship that was twice as wide, twice as long, and has trains on it or whatever. So much bigger and more effective. This vulcanite is really annoying. So we've now got 14,000 vulcanite in this warehouse, and goodness knows how much more in all of the other storage systems all over the place. You've got 15,000 vulcanite just scattered around now because it's all getting picked up from here rather than put into wherever it goes. Here, this one. But not a lot I can do about it. I suppose I could come over and replace this with a blue. In fact, let's blue chest. But even then, it wouldn't work because I could put blue chest here, unloading into that's probably the best thing to do. Let's do that. Let's fly straight into the side of the spaceship. Should have done this ages ago, actually. Oh, and there's quite a bit of damage taken by it as well. Right, so what I'm going to do is put a blue chest here, like so, with a stack inserter there. You are to stew vulcanite. You are to summon vulcanite. No, not fish, vulcanite. And so it'll just dump it straight into there. You have all my vulcanite. Do I have repair packs? I don't seem to have repair packs, so this is all just going to have to sit being damaged for approximately forever. That's annoying. Let's turn my robots off. Have a look here. I don't think anything's actually been destroyed, thankfully. The rocket crash didn't destroy anything. It just did a load of miscellaneous, little bit of random damage and scattered vulcanite all over the place. I think that's now cleared up. I probably should have come in and done this manually sooner, much earlier on. But this is the problem with when you say beam should track ship. Do you mean you think it does, or you just think that would be a nice feature? Yeah. The problem with rockets is that they every so often they crash like that, and so yeah, sucks. But what can you do? That obviously needs to be a faster inserter. Let's use this one stack inserter that I seem to be holding for some reason. It needs to be faster than that. Okay, the 3 are sufficient to keep it running. That's melting ice pretty quickly. I suppose melting ice isn't a particularly difficult thing for a one of these machines to do. Let's give it some speed modules just for now to make it even faster. Okay, now it's running faster than the belt can deal with, so I'll take them back. How much power have I got here? Yeah, okay, I've got loads of power. That's not a worry. So up here, are you now... Are you running, even? What is going on with this system? This should probably stop... Oh, this needs to stop when these aren't full. That's something I've only just thought of. Because if these are all full, then these aren't going to be able to output their water. So let's cut this off now. So, okay, this seems to have... Yeah, this seems to be ready to go. We're not using power from it because it's plugged into the solar network. So you use solar power before you use steam power. So that seems to be okay. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna, as I said, I am actually gonna save scum this bit because just in case the ship does something really really stupid that I wasn't expecting. Right, so let's see. I'm in Norvis orbit at the moment. I should probably fly somewhere else first, but what the hell? Let's just go. Let's just enjoy it. So it was Sands of Time. That was the one you were recommending. Let's have a look at Sands of Time since it got recommended by chat and it has now been discovered. Oh, crikey. Sands of Time, there we go. So it's got a lot of uranium in it. That's quite nice. Where is Kalidas? Kalidas there, so it's a little bit distant. But there's almost no Naquitite there, so no, Sands of Time is not a good one to go to. That's going to be terrible. So where was it I was going to go? It was... These all got very silly names. Because it's just occurred to me to think about the distance of these things. Was it Stone Circles? Yeah, it was Stone Circles I was planning to go to, and that's bloomin' miles away. I'm reconsidering this now. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Let's see if there's room in the ship to put down a solar panel. There is a room in the ship to put down a solar panel. No, there isn't. No, I have built my ship far too compactly to put down a solar panel. Sorry. Well, I suppose I could try and find one of the old style solar panels, but they're over. No, not over there, a bit further away, out of reach. So, let's see if I've got one in stock. Put that there. Right, so I'm going to reconsider now, having noticed just how far away some of those the one I was planning to go to, Stone Circles, is. I'm going to have a look at another look around these, especially as I've explored some more. So this one's got water and it's got iron, but it hasn't really got Naquitite, and that's kind of important. This one's got Naquitite and water in decent quantities. So let's have another look at. I think this is one I've already looked at. Yeah, clearly it is. I obviously didn't find a suitable place with a decent amount of water and a decent amount of Naquitite. So we've got these 8 million, 10 million patches of Naquitite there, but we've only got these 100, 200,000 patches of water. So that's kind of pathetic. Now this one, it's worth having a look at, I suppose. And again, I'll just shoot off to the side some way to try and find where the patches are a little bit bigger and denser. So let's have a look out here. Explore, my pretties, explore. Well, that's a bit feeble compared to the millions I was seeing earlier. So there is iron and copper and methane ice here. We've got a bit of uranium, which is nice. Methane ice again. No, this one's rubbish. I'm not seeing anything useful. This one's very uranium-y, which is nice because I do kind of need uranium, but not realistic to go there. So yeah, I don't like any of these. There don't seem to be any that have decent amounts of water, a sensible distance, interstellar grotto, and a decent closeness. All right, let's try and get to Stone Circles and see how it goes. See what sort of time and other resources it's going to take. So Stone Circles. Time 105 hours at current speed. That's because I'm stopped. go fast. Let's go. See what happens. And engage. I've got the 5 engines across the back, so it should be reasonably quick. A couple of hundred maybe. Still an hour of travel time to get there though, so... But I'm hoping that'll double. But even if it does double, even if my speed doubles, we're still looking at about half an hour to get there, and that's kind of a while. I dread to imagine how long it would have taken to go by... sorry, how much fuel it would have taken to go by rock, though. By rocket. Rock? In fact, that's a thought. So, I did go to Ganymede, and that was not great, but manageable. What sun is that in orbit around? So that's in orbit around Statarius. So with that information, I can now have a look at this. Go back to the map. Where's Statarius? Oh, there. So it's about halfway to Stone Circles. So if I tried to go there by rocket, it would cost me somewhere in the region of, let's have a look at Ganymede and find out. But it's ridiculous. It's not going to tell me. Great. How much fuel is in this thing? It won't tell me. All right, I don't actually know, but it was. I think it was something like it was some crazy amount of fuel. It was absolutely enormous amounts. So yeah, I don't really want to try and do that way. However, on the flip side, I also don't really want to be stuck on a spaceship for 40 minutes because I'm not quite sure what else I'm going to do on the stream for that time. I was just saying, so we're now producing 145 kilowatts out. Well, sorry, we have maximum possible production of 270, and it's dropping quickly. So where am I currently on the map? Yeah, so that ship is moving quite swiftly here. We can see. Wow, that is really quick. However, I'm thinking that maybe I should put like twice as many engines on it and try and make it go a bit quicker. How's the temperature dropping? Pretty insignificant. We've lost 20 out of 1,000, so that's 2%. Use 2%. No, 0.2% of the power so far. Oh, okay. So, or alternatively, if I move these ones down 1 and this one down 2 and this one down 1, then so you see so a V shape of engines on the back, so a bit like an aerospike or something, is it? That's interesting. 60 kilowatts, and actually stopped falling for now. It's actually slowed down. No, we haven't slowed down. Still doing 157. Yeah, I think I might. And how about fuel? Ooh. Oh, no, that's gone down quickly. That probably hasn't gone down as quickly as I thought, as it looks like it has, because this probably didn't get completely filled. I didn't actually check that before we took off, because the train will only bring in 1 tank's worth at a time, so we probably only got 3 tanks worth or something like that. So, yeah. I was going to say I can't start moving the engines around now. That's probably not actually true. I probably could. I don't have any flooring. No, I don't. So I can't. I don't think I can extend the system very much because I'll run out of bits. Oh, left the solar system. Yeah, so now it's sort of creeping very down here, creeping very slowly across the map, trying to get up to here. I think I'm going to cancel this. I'm going to go back to where I was because 40 minutes is too long, or whatever it was. So I'm going to go back to this. I'll put some more engines on the ship. I shall do some more research to try and find more convenient and suitable places to do stuff, places to go to. And I shall do what Andrew was saying about shuffling the engines around a bit. So you're saying if I put one there, except I can't because there's empty space. Get some of this. Across, stripe across there like that. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. Put those back. And that one there. So like that. Okay. Yeah, I'll just do this. Yeah, these. Yeah, so yeah, we hadn't had enough fuel arrive for these. So that's why it's a bit short. So is this actually going? No, it's not. We've run out. Okay, so what I'm going to do, yeah, I'm going to make this a bit wider, put some more engines on it, and yes, do some more research and just try and find a better place to go to. I think. And see if I can find somewhere that's got naquitite and ice and ideally iron, but that's not vital. I might need to move these all down a bit, I guess. True. Yeah, bigger ship probably presumably is slightly slower, but oh well. Actually, let's summon some of that into my inventory and build by hand rather than messing around like this with this. So bring me 100 of that, please. I reckon I can get another 2 engines on this ship without too much ridiculousness. And if I put one there and then there, yeah, I can have a pipe come up from here and then go out to get the fuel supply in. Yeah, that's all right. Might need some more of the spaceship wall as well. I'll do that by bot though. Bumper field sounds useful. Nope, copper. Though water, actually there is water and naquitite as the sort of the secondary things, but my experience is you kind of need, I don't know, that one was the one that was acceptable, and that's got a 300, 300, 150, 200, yeah, that's probably going to be a bit too small. These ones have got 600, 700, 300. So what I ideally want is I want one with naquitite followed by water ice. I mean, this one should be okay. Realm of Shadows should be alright. But it's, I don't know. Well, firstly, where is it? Let's have a look. Realm of Shadow. Oh, yeah, Realm of Shadows should be ideal, but I just haven't managed to find a suitable patch of water ice on it. We've got these 10 million naquitites, but it's just tiny water. All right, let's spend a little bit more time here scouting out for better. I could get the game to scan it for me for a bit, I suppose, and then trim it afterwards. Ooh, what's this? Water ice, 1.5 million. Nice. So if I can just find some naquium near that, or worst case, I could just go out and build a space train, I suppose. Oh, there's another nice patch of ice. All right, maybe I was a bit too hasty with this one. This looks like it has potential. And worst case, as I say, worst case, I'll put some trains in and have them running around. But I do want a big patch of naquium. That one might do. It's not very close to the water ice patches I found, but oh, there's some good water patches. I might be being a bit too greedy, expecting them to actually be close together. That might be just unreasonable of me. And I should just go, well, I'll take a load of space rail with me and put a little shuttle train in. Oh, those are quite close together, actually. I'll have a look at the numbers for those in a moment. Right, so what have we got? Got 4 million water there, 1.5 there. We've got 2.8 million there and 800,000. So I could start off on this little asteroid field here, build up a system on this one that pulls in the aquatite and the water, and then once I run out of either of them, just start shipping it in from a little bit further away by train. So it allows me to get in a sort of a quick bootstrap system going, and then when I want to expand, there's going to be capability to do that with trains. So just like playing vanilla on down on the planet. And this is a lot closer as well, and I'm about to make my spaceship a lot faster, so that's going to make things. Oh yes, here's some more naquium. There's a naquitite. Sorry, there's 4.2 million there, so it might just be a train to go and get this water on this water when this patch runs out. But that water might go quite a long way. We'll have to wait. We'll have to see. Okay, right. Let's get on with it again. So I want where is it? Where's that? Oh, I haven't brought it. Why have I not been brought a spaceship floor? Oh, I'm probably not in a logistics zone. Let's get in a logistics zone. There we go. Spaceship floor, please. Come on. There's 4 pieces of it. That's a start, I guess. So it's there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. By, whatever. Carry on. 1, 2, 3, 4. By up to. So the engine will go up to there, and then the pipes will go up to there, and then the wall will go to there. Put that like that. Can I get away with? The question is, my next question is, can I get away with putting in wall like this? I guess we'll find out. That looks a lot more ridiculous, but also bigger, and everyone likes a bigger spaceship. I'm imagining I probably can't leave that void in there, but for now we'll. No, I'll fill that in. Otherwise, I'll get confused when it doesn't work. So. Probably, yeah. I guess I could. No, I think I like that. The aesthetics of having. No, don't do that. Stupid. Oh, I've just wasted a load of wall. Never mind. I think I prefer the aesthetics of having the wall completely cover the front of the ship. Even if it doesn't matter at all, I think I just like the look of it like that better. So it's there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Engine goes to there, so engine goes to here. Therefore, engine goes 1, 2, 3, 4. So engine also goes to 1, 2, 3, 4, and then pipes across there, and then like this. I think I can't really tell. Is that in the same place? So it goes out at this height. Yes. Good. Yeah, that's true. It not only does it look right, it also will protect the engines against any unfortunate incursions from meteorites that slip past the guns as well. So that seems like a good reason to keep it like that. Also, this wing shape looks awesome. Right, that's that. Pipes. Gonna have to move the refueling now. No, not the refueling, the fueling. Never mind. So we need the underground pipes going from there to there. Okay, leave that filling up for a bit while I work on the next step. So this one, bring that over here. I don't need it right now, but ooh, where does that end? Okay, that's safe. Just no, we'll have to. No, it has to be these. Boom, boom. No, I'm not going to get anything bigger than a 9 in there. 9 and some pipes. There we go. Good enough. Then, same over here. I'll put in another underground pipe on the other side here for symmetry and just in case I ever want to fuel anything up with that. Right, that gives me quite a lot of room in these wing pieces here. Let's find out what the game thinks of this ship. So start integrity check and yes, good, pass. Ooh, 100% streamlined, nice. I mean, looking at that shape, you'd hope, wouldn't you? Because there aren't any flat bits on it apart from possibly the very tip of the nose cone up there. Okay, so I've lost track of what I was doing now. Okay, so I've built up the ship. I'm now waiting for it to fuel. Or actually, no, it is nearly fully fueled. I could put a lot more tanks in, but I don't think there's any need, especially if I'm going to a slightly closer place than I was planning to beforehand. It was working before. It flew nicely. It just was it was just a very, very long way, and so it was taking for bloomin' ever. I think it's probably good, to be honest. Is there anything else I thought of before I went? Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Let's put some lasers in down here. I don't know whether they're vital, but it feels like a good idea. And part of me feels like the ship should be protected because the lasers at the front should do all the protecting basically and shoot any rocks down that are going to hit the wings as well. But yeah, having these down here certainly can't hurt. We'll see how much they get used once we fly off. Right, so I now have a ship. It's actually I'm quite pleased with the design of it. It looks kind of cool. Even if it's had a few afterthoughts put into it. There's some gaps down here, so let's stick in some solar panels because I might as well. There's only room for like 2 of them, but never mind. And yeah, I think this is probably all right. I could put in another tank here. I think I won't. These tanks are, yeah, they're mostly full, but not completely full, so that's probably about right. Let's give it a shot. Yeah, it doesn't. The Corellian Corvette the Corellian Corvette did have the big sort of wide bank of engines on the back of it, but it also had the hammerhead front. So yeah, not sure. I'm not sure which Star Wars ship I feel it looks most like. Let's just check where I'm going because I want to get this right. So I'm going to Realm of Shadows, which sounds nice and spooky, and I'm going to try and land here on this rock. Or actually, no, let's land next to the rock because there's valuable building space on the rock. So, Realm of Shadows. Realm of Shadows? There we go, that one. 41 hours. Well, probably a bit quicker than that once we get launched. Let's see how it goes. Flip and go. That's some serious engineering going on at the back there. I do like that. Yeah, so these lasers are shooting off to the sides as well. I don't know whether those are meteors that would or wouldn't hit. I'm not sure. 14 minutes currently, and it's still accelerating. Ooh, that one nearly got past the lasers. Yeah, we're going so fast now that the lasers are starting to struggle a little bit to keep up. Maybe I should have put more in. Oh well, too late now. Did that actually get destroyed? It did. Oh no, my spaceship is no longer integral. Oh, no, that's all right. The front nubbins is sacrificial. I should have brought some spare parts with me. Maybe I should slow this spaceship down a little bit. Because that. What did we lose that time? Oh, it's all up. Oh, it's just damage up at the top. Okay. So we've lost. Okay, we've lost both of these sacrificial pieces at the front. That's unfortunate. Yeah, we definitely need more lasers across the top. I haven't got any, but I can put ghosts in for when we get back and rebuild it. That's a shame. I think deflector shields are going to have to be on somewhere on the list of things to research. I know they do exist, but I also know I haven't researched them yet. So yeah, we shall see how that goes. Hopefully, I'll be able to make it. I'm hoping that once we get out of the solar system, when we are currently at, well, with the amount of power I'm getting out of this is halved. I'm hoping once we leave the solar system, I'll be able to speed up a bit because in an interstellar space, it should be a bit safer. That's my hope, anyway. Maybe not, actually. Maybe oh, lasers, yes. I was still thinking about walls and was wondering what you were how I was going to move the walls. Now, if I was a bit smarter, I'd have brought some repair packs with me, but I don't seem to have any for some reason. I just don't know where I've left them. I don't know where. Now, they're being produced on Norvis, but I don't think they're being brought anywhere. They probably should be being brought up into orbit because that would be kind of useful. You might be right. The asteroids do seem to be getting relatively close to the ship, though. So I don't know. I'm not sure whether I'm convinced I want to risk speeding up again. Down to 800 kilowatts. So we were at 8 megawatts before when we set off. Now it's down to 800 kilowatts. So we've got down to 10% power effectiveness on this advanced solar panel. And we are, where are we? Oh, we have now left the solar system. No, these rocks are getting a bit too close for comfort. I think if I wanted to go faster, I would have to have more lasers, and there isn't really room to have more lasers in because they do have a reasonable coverage of in front of the ship, but I think they'll probably struggle if I was going any faster. How far away are we? 13 minutes. Right. Okay. What should we do for 30? Oh, interesting. I'm running out of power. So these are obviously drained. No, they're not. They're full, but they're not providing power. That's weird. So this, right? Okay, let's have a look at my power statuses here. So production is basically 0 out of everything we. So why are these flickering on and off? Why are you having a sad? It's got full electricity. It's got plenty of. Oh, because I'm not going flat out. That's why. Yeah, they're not on full blast because I'm not trying to go at full speed. That's fair enough. So out of curiosity, how much of the power? So we're using. We can produce a gigawatt of power in theory. Well, I saw a blip in the satisfaction there. What was going on? Does it matter if I open the door? No, I don't think so. Yeah, so how's the water supply? Water supply is still at about 19,000. Oh, except for this one. Oh, it's a pipe, that's why. Yeah, 19,000 in each one, so I think we're okay there. Ion stream has only gone as far as only got down to 24,000. Temperature is still at 99.7%. Well, actually, I say that when it gets down to 500 or 5,000, it'll stop working. Yeah, so we're getting tiny little bursts of using the water to pump steam into here. Yeah, that seems to be it. Seems to all be okay. I think that this is massively overkill. This power plant would be plenty for a significantly bigger, more powerful, more everything ship. Um, so I think there's plenty of room for expansion here. But then there isn't a sort of a there isn't a slightly smaller there isn't really a smaller version of the high efficiency of all of these things. So I can't get a slightly smaller beam receiver. I can't get a smaller heat exchanger. I can't get a smaller turbine generator. So I might, well, I can technically. I could use one of these. Um, so this is probably a sensible size, even though it's a sensible thing to get used, even though it's massively overkill. Okay, this is going okay, I think. We've still got another 10 minutes. Actually, that's going. Yeah, okay, that's about 10 minutes to go. So that's too long to just sit here watching it. So let's go and have a have a look at Tulip again, because I'm curious as to how much of the right. Okay, these trains are fine. So we've how much stuff have we got in these? 160, 160, 160, 130, 100. Okay, so there's still plenty of stuff in these. Yeah, I know there are shield projectors are a thing. That's the this. I have researched them. Oh, right. Okay. I I thought that was still out of my reach. I thought that was a deep space science thing. Yeah, I should have stuck some of these on the front of it. Oops, my bad. All right, so this seems to be fine as far as I can tell. The spaceship that goes there. No, I want the map. No, I said I want the map. That map, yes. Kalidas. So there should be a ship beetling back and forth between Tulip and, or it might be that one. Calamari? Yeah, that's probably the one. Yes, it's going to Tulip. Okay. So that's flying merrily back and forth with the train to go out and get some more core chunks. That's working nicely. Um, that would be really good with a shield generator on the front of it, actually, because it would just completely cover the whole front of the ship. Oh, thank you, Andrew. Yes, yeah, they're a lot of fun to make as well. Even if I don't tend to do quite as well as I would like to. Yeah, they've been a lot of fun. And it feels like it's something else to put on the channel other than just having endless Factorio. So I feel like it makes quite a nice change. Um, Although that said, I'm trying to do more real world videos with the car stuff, and I've got another DIY video in the I've got this big pile of footage that I'm gradually turning into that I need to start turning into a video, and I've got a car related video showing off my new car as well, which I is mostly finished. I just need to get another couple of pieces of footage for it, but I need it to be light in order to get both of them, and I need somebody else around with a car in order to get the second piece of footage that I want. So that's putting a bit of a delay on my plans there. But yeah, it's coming along. I do want to do more of that sort of stuff if I can, because it's a bit more. I think it's a bit more interesting. Actually, let's rename this spaceship while I'm looking at it. So not instead of the calamari, which isn't going to make any sense to me, and I'm never going to remember. Let's call it tulip chunks. Yeah. So right now, while we're waiting for the other spaceship to get out there, let's go back to Norvis orbit and start building up some shield projectors. See if I can start building some shield projectors. So we'll need another one of these. And so what goes into a shield projector? Battery, heavy composites I've got, holmium cables I've got, quantum processors dynamic emitters I've got, quantum processors I might have. Yes, there they are. So there's just batteries to get down here, and that's a mildly annoying thing. Do I have batteries on any of my? I think batteries have just gone in here. Yes, they have. Got 12,000 of them in there. Okay. I guess the correct way to do that in inverted commas is to do something like this system where they're pulled up, where the batteries are pulled off, put into a chest. I mean, that should be a provider chest actually, not a blue one. But I don't have any of those to hand, so never mind. We'll come back to that in a moment. So shield generators, they're probably going to be under here, aren't they? Yes, that one. Shield projector. So we need holmium cables, which is this belt. do. Like that. Then heavy composites. I know I'm making those somewhere. It's this one here with all the heavy iridium based stuff on it. So it's all the way up here. And then we're going to want it about here. So yeah, it's fairly close to the bottom. So I'll bring this one up off here. Like that. Then that's those two quantum processors. That's these guys. Well, it's going to have to go there because there's no room to put it anywhere else, which means it's going to be a little bit further out, but never mind. Let's put that one there. And what was the last thing? Dynamic emitters. I started making those here. This is the only place I've actually used them. So they're going... Oh, they're just being put into here. That's unhelpful. So we need to bring them out there as well. Like this. And up here somewhere. So I should have started bringing these out much sooner, and it'd been easier. But never mind. I can. So right, this is going to want to come across at this height, like that. I can't put those in yet. So yeah. Right. So once that's built up, I can start doing that. We've got dynamic emitters being made here. Good. These super what's name cables are they're still really slow to make, it turns out. But they're oh, they're all getting swallowed up down. Oh, they're all just disappearing into this belt because we're not making all that many of these things. Okay, let's put in these belts now, and we'll unload those there. And then I'll program that up. But batteries, yeah, batteries are going to be the tricky one to get in, which is kind of why I've left them till last, because I'm lazy like that. No. What? That one like that. There we go. Underground like that, and like that. Now they need to come down here. So we'll need a bit more of the this around here like this. I don't know if I need quite that much, but that'll be sufficient. Then this is the final one of these, so we want to bring it off here, but I can't. No, here, but I can't do it yet because this needs to get built. This is the problem with doing things with robots, remotely with robots. It takes a lot longer because you have to wait for stuff to happen. I mean, I could probably speed it up a bit by having a Spidertron standing here with all of the stuff in its inventory that we're going to need, but it's still going to be a slower process than trying to do it by. This is why I tend to play the game by going to the place where I'm actually trying to do the stuff rather than going, I'll just get the robots to do everything because that's what they're there for. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is full height now. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, it is. So it should actually go up higher like this. Oh no, it shouldn't. Oh no! No! Oh, cock. I guess that I need to be one further across than this. Let's just do it the easy way like that. Bring it down here. There we go. Yeah, that'd probably be sensible, and should work quite nicely, I think. Yeah. Still, occasionally we will have bots doing something stupid though. So, oh, I've run out of red chests. I thought I was just building loads of those. Apparently not though. What goes into a red chest? Because I'm already making the steel chests. So it's green and red circuits, which I don't have down here. So I think that's just going to be a thing to build up here, unfortunately, for now. In fact, what I can do with this is I can make both types of... I can make both red and blue chests here. That makes sense. This needs to be a red chest, which I don't have, which of course I don't have. Let's put a yellow chest in for now, because I think I've probably got some of those. So here we want to request steel chest. Actually, you know what? Just tell that to make red chests, that to make blue chests, and then copy paste in there like that. That should do it. What sort of numbers have we got here? What? 337? No, 33. There we go. Right, there's no point in putting these into a blue chest. Are you telling me I don't have any yellow chests up here either? I don't have any yellow chests up here either. Stop. I need to demolish a red chest somewhere. Where is a red chest that's not in use? Or not sufficiently needed, or something like that. There, that one appears to be empty. Right, we'll take that. Drink. Then this can be. Oh, it's not going to put it. It's not going to put it where I wanted to. I wanted to put it there, but it's actually going to put it down here because I asked for this one first. Probably. I don't know. I'll delete that one for now anyway. Where was it? Oh, here it is. Bloop. Okay, so we want to link these to the logistics network and have that was which one are you? You're blue, okay? So we want you to run when blue chests are less than 30. I want you to run when red chests are less than 30. Okay, spot on. Right, now I can put that red chest in down here because I've got some now. And I can tell that to run when shield emitters are less than 30. I don't know how big spaceships I'm going to need to make. Right, we now need to get batteries down here, which is going to be fun. Batteries are currently, as I said, stored in this warehouse, which is somewhat unhelpful. But I could put in a filter exerter, that one, here, and then find some way to weave it through all the stations. Now, one possibility would be to drop it onto a belt that only has things on one side of it, like this one. I think that's probably my favourite idea at this point. So, along here, I shall need to get this onto the top, I need to get them onto the bottom, which is slightly awkward, but never mind, that's manageable. So from here, I'll bring them down, like this. So that was the belt I was going to put them on. Never mind. Bring it along here like this. Now, what's the best way to do this? That's the question. There is a convenient gap here that I could drop into and pass it underneath here and then pass it up onto the belt. But I would like to do it slightly more properly than that. I think if I do this like that. Yes, it's dumping a load of random trash into the logistics network, but sometimes you can't help that. And then I get rid of that bit there. Then, and have a little bit of a raised up bit there, and rotate that. We can then come like this. I'm going to do this manually just to make sure it goes right. There, like that. Okay. don't like that rock being there, but I could get it demolished, actually. That might be smart. But right, you are to do batteries. Batteries, 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 batteries. That's a personal battery. Oh, it's a weapon. That's because I'm looking in the wrong place. They'll be in here, probably. Batteries, that one. Okay, so we check those on here. That puts them on this belt. Along to here. And then I can unload that round about here. Like this. Right, and after all that, we've made shield projectors. Well, I say I, and haven't yet, but will soon have. Oh, I'm passing them down there, but never mind, that's fine. It's not a problem passing those along there, I don't think. And is there anywhere else where it might cause a problem? Because I didn't think, no, it's okay. We'll just waste a few down this belt, but and down this one, but that's okay. Maybe it'd be quite nice sometimes, I think, if Factorio had options to configure the splitters slightly more intelligently. So you could say send the scaffoldings on the right-hand one and the left-hand one, and only put batteries on the right-hand one. But never mind. Oh, you can do it with a pair of them, but that requires a bit more faffing and a bit more space to be used up. So yeah, never mind. 160 batteries. Blimey. Okay. Well, I'll leave that to it. How are we getting on over here? Oh, we seem to have stopped. Excellent. We've reached the realm of shadows. So, where was it I wanted to land? It was here. Yes, this is the big asteroid that had the Naquium and the ice patch on it. So if we land here, bloop. Right. This is all very exciting. So out here, we need to have one of these. In fact, we need to have one of these. One of these, which we shall put here. We're going to need the tanks on the side of it as well, actually, come to think of it. Oh, I didn't bring a condenser turbine. That's a shame. So we need this bit, actually, all of this. Okay, I will be going back to go and get a condenser turbine at some point. Till then, I guess I'll just keep the steam in tanks. So we'll put another tank on the side of here. I didn't bring it. Oh, I didn't think of tanks, but fortunately I have some in my inventory. One of these will have. Yes, there it is. That in it. Doomp. Mining drills. Yeah. Do what I mean, not what I say. There we go. Oh, okay, that's not so bad. So I'll lose out on the power I would have gained from it, but I can at least regain the water and not run it and not completely overwhelm the amount of steam I've got. That's good. Thank you. So it's going to go there, and so I need to do this out to about here. Here. I'm glad you don't lose the resources when you... Oh, what? Oh, I missed a spot. Maybe? Where is the empty space? It's not that. That's not empty space. Maybe I've not quite got close enough to the... rock. Try again. Okay, now that's alright. Yeah, I think I remember finding this before. Actually, what the game considers to be a considers to be asteroid field, and sorry, solid land as part of asteroids, and what I consider to be are somewhat different. It's not obvious just from looking at it. Like for example, that is somewhere in there. I've not gone quite close enough to the. No, it's not there. That's not the problem. Somewhere in here. Hmm. There's still some empty space. What? Fine. Oh, there it is. It's fiddly. Do thought deep space mining was a good idea. There? I don't know. It's just... Oh, it goes up higher than I thought it did. I think. Yeah, there we go. Right. Okay, so belts. I don't expect to need this at a particularly high rate, so I'm going to run a single belt for now. In fact, I don't expect to need. I never need ice. You never need ice for anything. So this is always going to just be water. So let's put in the biochem facilities, which are still in the ship. And get them to melt in. Two is probably overkill, actually. Remembering how quickly the machine worked on Norvis. One, two, three, four, five, six. Yes, 6 is plenty. Just take these away. There we go. Right, so that's all those inputting. Then we have the turning ice into water. Simple. Now, are those linked? If I do that, will the water come out of this one, down this pipe, into this one, and out of that pipe? Because you get problems with them getting joined. Sometimes I'm aware, with machines getting joined in ways you don't expect. So, well, I don't know. Let's be safe about it anyway. Right. So this is the water feed up here. They do suggest no, but you still manage to get contamination through those things, so I don't entirely trust it. Right, that should get me power. Oh yeah, I was going to use a chem facility to turn this back into steam back into water. Might as well do that. And I can replace that with a pump. And then do some programming in a moment to set this up properly. And link up that. You are to turn steam into water. Yeah, there we go. Steam into water. Okay. And I need a pylon to cover all of this. Like, well, several pylons to cover all of this. So put one here. And one, I suppose, can go here. And just to keep the grid happy, we'll put another one up here. I could link it up to the spaceship just to get it kickstarted. In fact, I need to link it up to the spaceship just to get it kickstarted, don't I? Oh, I do have repair packs. Apparently. I thought I didn't. Why was it not repairing it when I was on the ship then? That's weird. Oh, maybe I had the robots turned off. That's why. Okay, so yes, I need to hook up to the ship to get it to bootstrap it. That gets these running. There we go. There's the ice coming out. Nice. And I need to hook up to Calidus orbit, and we'll take this one to get it hooked, to get it working as quickly as possible. Where are we? It's somewhere with a creepy name. I remember that much. Realm of Shadows. That was the one. Aim at this. Vroom. So we'll get that heated up now. Then once that's toasty, how full are these? Oh, these are filling up pretty quickly. I better wire this thing in. A couple of pylons, please. Like that and that. There to there to there to there. That stops that dead in its tracks. And we'll say, so this is what, 20, 40, 80,000. So when this is water. Oh, it's in fluids, because it's, of course it is, because it's a vanilla fluid. When that's less than 80,000, then this pump is to run. So we'll fill these up till they all get to 20,000. Then we've got plenty of water, and we can use that for the later science processes as well. This can be this can be my water supply for the whole facility. And then down here, these can just run merrily and yeah, chug through it. Right, good. We have water. That's a good start. Shame about that condensing turbine, but I can always bring one of those out later. This will take a little while to get up to temperature, given it's only at 37 degrees now. So this, yeah, that's the thought. What sort of efficiency am I getting here? 8%, just under 9% efficiency. Crikey. So we're sending 3 gigawatts and getting less than 300, sorry, 30, let's get about 30 megawatts out the other end. Wow. So I suppose that's why these things have potential to be goodness knows how big, or as big as you want them to be. I mean, we can put 6 on this, and I can put another one with another 6 injectors on here, and so on for as far as I wanted. And so, if you're getting 9% efficient energy transfer efficiency, then no wonder you need that sort of thing. It almost makes me think it would be worth. I say almost. It makes me think it might be worth going to. Where's here's Realm of Shadows, going to Basilius and setting up another emitter station in Basilius orbit to beam to Realm of Shadows because it's not so far. I assume it's the sheer distance that's causing the drop off, rather than specifically if you zap to a whatchamacallit, you'll get very low efficiency. To an asteroid field, you'll get a very low efficiency. So actually, that might be worth considering. Maybe if we'll see how much power this seems to use, and maybe consider that. Right. So next thing is going to be to make the resources we're going to need here. So we're going to need something. We're going to need to make the sulfuric acid in order to do the mining. I don't know why I'm doing this by hand. Let's just get rid of some of these rocks because oh, that was a mistake. Actually, it doesn't matter. This thing is just going to kick in all by itself when the temperature gets high enough, and we've got some water in here now, so I actually don't need to link it to the ship. So let's do that because then we can just keep the. I shouldn't say we can keep this heat available, but we've used less than 1% in the flight out here and in the kickstarting of this this system. Pff, 70 degrees. That's really slow. This has to get to 500 before it's going to do anything. But never mind. Let's just start building and see how it goes. So yes, we're going to have a supply of iron and a supply of t'other thing, sulfur, and we're going to have those in warehouses. Now let's see. I'm trying to plan for the future here. So at some point in the future, we're going to have a spaceship turn up with at least one train on it, maybe 2 trains. We might have one train that's bringing out a supply of the things that the base needs, which is going to be iron and sulfur at the very least. Assuming I don't do any other processing here, and then maybe another train we're going to fill up with an aqueum naquitite in order to take it away in order to process it on a planet somewhere. So let's see the um hmm. The question is it going to be possible to balance it so the same amount arrives and so the same amount of arriving of stuff arriving and leaving? Probably not. We're going to end up with yes, I probably could if I brought any heat pipes, and I haven't, so I can't do that. So long story short, what I'm going to do is put down the warehouses. I've got 17 warehouses, good grief. I'm going to put them down over here with the intent that at some point a train will probably stop here to unload into them. Do you have to have improved heat pipes for that? I don't know, I didn't check. Don't need that much of a gap, but never mind. There we go. Actually, let's do there and there. There we go. Oh, right. So normal heat pipes can't get heated up to above a certain temperature, you mean? Do I want to put them? No, let's have them on two separate belts. Set up a little bus thing here. Right. Okay. So we need to make sulfuric acid. Is that literally just sulfur, water, and iron? Let's find out. Sulfuric acid. Is that one? Yeah, iron, sulfur, and water. Oh, we need quite a lot more sulfur than we do iron. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of shipping sulfur out here, I suspect. That's true. These biters don't seem to be molested as much as I was expecting them to be. That's a shame. These heat pipes are at 1,000 degrees, good as. This is at 10,000 degrees, more or less. So yeah, okay, these heat pipes can only go up to 1,000, which is an interesting weirdness of physics. You think they'd just melt, but maybe these black boxes on the outside here have some very, very clever something in them that just stops the heat transfer, just detaches them or something when they get too hot. Right. Blump. Blump. And right, sulfuric acid. Tick. Let's set up here now. Naquitite. So we need some more drills. Drills. Rocks everywhere. Let's get rid of that. The standard grid pattern that I do isn't quite so important now, it occurs to me, because I don't have to get the normal small pylons in as part of the grid in quite the same way that I did when I was using small pylons. But still, I think I'll keep it on a nice grid layout anyway, because it looks nice that way. What's the range on? Okay, so I would get all of that. Okay, cool. So let's see, it's going to come out about here, plus another one for the belt. There we go. For goodness sake, where is there even empty space? And it must be these little bits along the edge here, but I just, as I say, the game's definition and what looks like somewhere where you can build have very, very little in common. almost feel like it's easy. It would be easier just to come in and go blop over the top of the whole thing with a huge square, with a big square of the uh, scaffolding like that, like I basically have there, to be honest. Oh, and I don't need to leave the gap down the middle of there because I'm just using a space substation thing to cover the whole thing. Oh well, no, I could have crammed them in slightly closer together, but never mind. I'm probably going to module these at some point, so they in fact, let's have a look at that. Put this here, and that does get all of that side. Or if I put it here, if I put it here, it gets every single one, but I have to pull up 2 of them. If I put it here, yeah, that's probably better. Oh, especially if there's not actually any naquitite there. So yeah, if I stick that there, then that literally covers every single one of these mining drills. Excellent. I assume I can't put these in them. Oh, I can. Those take a lot more productivity modules than I realised. I should have brought more productivity modules with me. Ooh, that's going to be very, very slow. That's going to be very, very power hungry. What are we looking at here? Plus 400% power, so 2.5 megawatts per, and but oh, mining speed is the absolute minimum. So actually, these aren't doing anything. So I could just completely fill it up with those. 0.2 per second. Is it worth it for the extra productivity, do you think? And otherwise I could take this one and I could go, actually, let's have a all speed, in fact. A mining speed 1 a second. Hmm? Oh, it's not getting... Right, okay, it's not getting affected by that because there's no power. Let's add power. So I need to have that. Put that there, it can power the whole lot of them in one go. And it'll do it off the ship as well. So now this reckons 4 per second. It's 300 plus 300%. This one is plus 200% still, because I've whacked up all the speed modules in there. But it's using 5.5 megawatts, 1,000% more electricity than it normally would. That's a lot of electricity. I don't know. I don't know if I can sort of sensibly justify using quite that much power for this. Oh, and I need a pipe going. Actually, no, I can link this across the top. Oh, what? I'm sure when I was putting that in, I went, oh, there isn't any underneath this, it won't matter. But now there is. Oh, you can't see it. Oh, you can't see it very easily through the yellow glow of holding the thing. All right, that explains it. I am going to end up leaving a little bit of the naquitite with this design then. And this is probably the part of the field where it's richest, so I won't do that. I mean, I could put one in at the top and bottom, I suppose. There's a patch here. Actually, there's not much there. Let's put one in there. How much of this field does that cover? Most of it, actually. And this is the part that will get used. Yeah, let's just put one there and give it 7 of them and some of them. Now, the normal ones are now running at 80%, 120%, so they could get 120% productivity. They get 2.6 per second, 160% speed and slightly less power. they get quite a bit more power. All right, let's take the modules out of all of these, because that is a bit crazy, the power consumption. And I'm not sure I'm going to have that much power available given the rate it's coming in at on this beam thing. But I will put I'll put a couple of productivity modules in each. And presumably that, actually, come to think of it, there's no difference between having one productivity module in 50 machines and 50 productivity modules in one machine, if you could. The overall effect on power and amount of stuff produced would be exactly the same. But this way the numbers are a bit easier to sort of eyeball. 140% speed plus 50% power. That's probably okay. Let's see how it goes. In fact, let's stop worrying about it because it doesn't actually matter until we find out. Whatever. I haven't got any sulfuric acid up to here yet, but I can bridge it across the top there and across the top there. Or just come and think of it, there's an easier way to do this. Hey Robert, thank you. I haven't actually got any Naquium yet. I'm just sort of up here playing with the idea of it. And so hopefully sooner or later I will actually have some. But not just yet. I've got all of the sort of the bits and pieces in place to start getting it, I think. I'm just being, well, at the moment I'm just being stingy with pipes, which is a bit pointless really, but never mind. I need to get this over here to get the sulfuric acid. Like this. Single, that one. Right, that should now all work. I just need to put the sulfur and the iron in those boxes. So let's get that out of here. There's my sulfur. There's the iron. See how long this lasts for. So put sulfur in this one, iron in this one. You're supposed to be doing sulfur, because that's the only thing in there. I don't know why I put quite so many inserters in here, actually. There's, I don't think I need anything like that, but never mind. Right, let's see if one machine is enough to acid up all of these mining drills. And I suspect it probably will be, if nothing else, because we're going to hit the point where we don't have enough anywhere to put all the Naquium fairly quickly. Sorry, it's not Naquium, it's Naquitite. They're obviously very, very different things. That's important to remember. Now, do I want to put this in another? No, this is probably going to be a different train. So let's just store this up here for now. I probably want to have. Actually, I'll definitely want to have multiple carriages on this train. There's 4 for now. That seems like a reasonable number. Let's bring this across. For goodness sake. This is such a rocky asteroid, which, I mean, probably makes sense, but still. It's annoying and a faff to build on. Okay, so I'm going to have split it again there, and again there. Oh, I've run out of space belts. That's... I was going to say slightly unexpected, but it's not too unexpected, which is why I brought some more. So we do that there. Oop. No, that there. There. Yeah, I'm not sure how much power budget I have yet, because I don't really know how much power I'm going to get in. So at the moment, we're transmitting power from Calidus orbit, and about 9% of it is coming through. So I'm attempting to transmit like 3 gig. I'm transmitting 3 gigawatts, and that means that approximately none of it is getting through. No, we're getting about 3 gigawatts. That means 30 megawatts coming through, or less than 27 megawatts coming through, which is crazy low. That is massive overkill for the amount of ore that's going to be coming through, but never mind. Got somewhere to put it all at least. Yeah, we're only using 2 or maybe 3 of the inserters, but yeah. Oh, and now it's even slower because we're yeah. So yeah, I've put in 20. I've put in one productivity module into each one just to try and get the a little bit more out of it. At the moment, I'm powering the whole thing from my spaceship, and we've still got 99% of the power available in it. But the thing is, down here, this one is currently trying to get up to temperature to start producing power, but it's only at 300 degrees so far, and it isn't going to start working till is it 500 with these? I can't remember. No, 5,000 degrees this needs to get up to before it'll start working. That's crazy. This is not... I don't know. Okay, let's have a look at how much power we're using. Satisfaction. We're using... Okay, so we're currently using about the amount of power that this system is going to be capable of generating. So when the beam is blasting straight onto this thing, it's producing about 30. It will be producing about 27 megawatts. We're currently using 36. So this is not going to work. I need to either... There are two. I can see two possibilities here. One is I go back to Kalidas. I make a load more of these, another 3 of them on this side, maybe another 6 in total on top as well, and enormously expand this power field here, because 3/4 of this is going straight into this one. No, it's just a bit less than that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So half of it is going into powering these. So I'd need this 50% more solar panels in order to put another 3 of those on the other side and double the amount of power this emitter can beam. So I mean it's possible. I totally could do that, but it's also a lot of stuff. The other possibility, and I'm not sure whether this would work. So if anyone has tried this, I would appreciate knowing about it. I was thinking, what if I went to... So the place where I'm trying to do this is Realm of Shadows. This one up here. This is where I'm building up the Naquium mine. What if I went and put a beam power station in orbit around Basilius that's basically the same as the one in orbit around Kalidas, but with much less distance, because look, they're quite close together, whereas they're quite a long way apart. Does that mean I would get significantly more power, or would I just get... But I'm not. I'm not getting hundreds of megawatts out of the receiver, because if we look here, this thing here is sending 3 gigawatts at a transmission efficiency of 8%. So that means it's emitting 3 gigawatts, and then 30 megawatts divided by times 0.8. So your 24, 27 megawatts are actually making it through. Yeah, I could put more energy beam injectors on here and more solar on here, but it feels like it would be significantly more efficient to just build another one of these stations over in orbit around the other place. Oh, that's an idea. Can I do that without... If I can do that without a receiver, which I probably can. So where's a similar distance? Or it doesn't have to be a similar distance even, it just has to be a different distance, and see if it's different. So Caltrops. Okay, let's beam to Caltrops and see what happens. Caltrops. Here. Sure. Whatever. 16%. So I'll get double at least, which is... Well, actually probably more than double, because I think it was slightly more than double. So let's set this back to Realm of Shadows. And then have another look at the map. Right, so Kalidas to Caltrops is slightly more... No, it's actually about the same as Basilius to Realm of Shadows, I think. I don't know. It depends whether it's the center of the sun or the center of the name. I'm going to assume it's the center of the sun icon. So it's probably a similar distance. So I get about twice as much power through. But then we're getting on to the what was it? What was it Mike was saying? Someone was saying earlier the this downside of having a thing on Basilius that's firing at Realm of Shadows is it's only going to be useful for Realm of Shadows. It's not going to be any good for shooting back at Kalidas. So it's a bit of a one-trick pony. Um, but I think given the power consumption and the amount and the amount that's getting transmitted through, this is going to be using that 37 megawatts basically all the time. Ooh, no, I've had another idea. What I could do is I could just send a ship over there to power the system for long enough to get the stuff it wants and then fly off again. So yeah, that could work. So if the ship turns up with a energy beam receiver full of heat and then just sits there for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour, whatever, while this churns through and produces a load of naquium, which presumably then gets fed directly onto the ship because, you know, it might as well, then we don't need this receiver at all. We don't need this receiver at all. Um, yeah, that could work. And then we could just have belts for feeding. Yeah, it could have three. We could make a ship that's basically like this one, but with three of these warehouses on it. One full of, or actually they don't have to be probably don't have to be warehouses. One with a load of sulfur, one with a load of iron, and then a couple of warehouses to fill up with naquitite. Yeah, naquitite, and then ship that back to wherever we need it to. No, but I don't think I do. The base can just go idle. Yeah, water usage is a good point. I could potentially pump more onto the ship. Um, I mean, these are still at about 18,000, which I think is about where they were when I took off. So we've used very little power for everything we've done so far. Sorry, used very little water for everything we've done so far. But it wouldn't be difficult to put a bit more water storage on there. I'm not saying I should use the water storage for the That's true. Yeah, the amount of time these things last for. I mean, we're down. We've used just over 1% of this now. Yeah, I almost could just deliver it and then rip the ship apart around it. I think no, I think just having the ship turn up, power the base for as long as it takes to fill the ship up, and then the ship clears off, leaves the base unpowered. Who cares? Probably don't need any of. Yeah, that's true actually. Transferring some 5,000 degree steam out would work quite nicely. Where's that coming from? Oh, it's in here. There isn't a gap to pull it out at them in this design, unfortunately. Um, but yeah, that's possible. Especially, I mean, well, the thing is though, I mean, if we have the base not running when the ship isn't there, then it means the ship can't turn up and already have a load of naquium that's ready to pick up and fly off. So the ship will be stuck there until however much has been made. And if we're filling up, say, two warehouses, we've made 160 stacks times 4, so 320, 640. So we've made a warehouse and a third in the time I've just been sat here talking about it. So I don't, until I start getting through naquium at a significantly higher rate, at which point maybe I'll be able to put an antimatter generator out here and skip this problem entirely. I think just having a ship turn up and power it with the ship's heat thing is going to be absolutely fine. If this what needs to be powered in the base when the ship's not there? I can't think of anything that actually is going to need the power. We might as well just let the base go idle. yes, the mining doesn't get done when the ship isn't there, but does that matter? Uh, Booster. No. Solar panels. They technically they work, but I mean, I'm getting 800 kilowatts out of this one. These produce 800 megawatts when you're in normal space orbit. So I'm so far from the sun that the solar panels are producing almost no power. That said, if I had something like a radar that I wanted to leave running, then I could do it with the solar panel. Um, I don't think I do want to care about leaving a radar running because I've got the navsat, so I can have a look. So I can look at the system from there. Um, there's no meteorite defense in that case because there's no power, but there are no meteorites here. You don't get meteorites this far outside the solar system. It looks like so. Hmm. The follow-up question is how quickly am I going to get through Naquium? Because if it's sufficiently slow that you can that you can wait an hour between ship loads, 20 minutes for it to get there, 20 minutes for it to do the mining, 20 minutes for it to get back, then that's not a problem. Accumulators, I hate accumulators. You need just so many of them. We're producing. I mean, these big ones are 50 megajoules. These mines are running at 900 kilowatts. So that's call it 1 megawatt because it nearly is. Um, so it'd run for 50 seconds off one of these accumulators. A field of accumulators to power this for 20 minutes is not practical. You need like 20. You need 30 accumulators per mine. Um, no, I don't think so. I think not having a full shipload when the ship arrives and letting it just sit there while the mining is done is probably okay. I think I'll I think I'll go for that for now. I know Robert's just said he's doing Deep Space One and need a lot of Naquium, but in that time, have you managed to research antimatter? What does antimatter require? You can in mines. I don't think you can generally other than that. So yeah, we go antimatter reactor. That's if I can get a decent antimatter system up and running. That's only Deep Space Science One and 1,000 science packs. That looks manageable. I mean, and then I can come out here with antimatter reactor, bring out antimatter fuel to fuel it each time, probably water. I know we've got water on here because of the ice. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that, despite the fact that I think you guys are all clamoring at me not to. So maybe early next year you'll be able to say I told you so. I told you so. um, yeah, we'll see how it goes. See if I'm right. See if it's a terrible idea. So for example, like I won't be able to put productivity modules in here. Just no. But in mining drills you can mining drills and science labs you can use them in space. That's I think is it. So how much of this? Now we've got. See, these are all half full. We've basically made 2 warehouses worth of Naquium while we've been talking about it. So and the ship hasn't been sat here for that long. It's been a while, admittedly, but it's not too bad. Right. The next question is where am I going to process this and how and why and stuff like that. So having looked in FNEI, I've also noticed it's bedtime, but I'll think about this a little bit first. So we've got the naquitite. So dug that up with sulfuric acid. Fine. I don't want to do that. So then crush it in a pulverizer. And I want to do all of this on a planet so that I can do it so that I have the so that I can use the productivity modules. We then need to wash it, which uses water. So it needs to be a planet that's got water and vitalic acid and vulcanite. So I'm thinking, what if this ship flies to Tulip orbit and then we have a shuttle that goes from Tulip orbit down onto Tulip surface because that's where I have vitalic acid. We process the naquium there to naquium ingots and then ship those off to into space. because probably after that, yeah, we then start using them for all this stuff. But there's nothing else that uses any of these. It's just that process for producing it. So the question is, do we do it on Tulip because there's already vitalic acid there, or do we find a way of shipping the vitalic acid to somewhere else and do it perhaps on Norvis because that's where everything else is done and it's sort of a central location? Um, this I think I shall leave as a question to ponder for next time because I think it is about bedtime. Um, I might actually grab some of the. No, leave this here, and I shall continue with this in the next stream, and then actually do some processing of the Naquium. So, well, that's been an excitement, hasn't it? So I've finally got out to deep space. I've looked at lots and lots of different asteroid belts and rejected most of them because they're all blooming awful for one reason or another. How many of these did I end up looking at? Let's turn that one off. This is the one I've gone to, Realm of Shadows. Tulip is a reason. Oh, you think size-wise because it's a moon, so it's not too big. 2,400, which as compared to Norvis is almost 6,000. So Tulip isn't small, but it also isn't huge. I could also add the process Naquium to the train that's taking sorry, to the spaceship, the trains that go onto the spaceship that's taking all of the Vitamelange products up there. But then I'd have to cut back on some of the Vitamelange stuff I'm taking, so I'm not sure I really want to do that. Or I could make the spaceship bigger, I suppose, and put a third train on it. Yeah, the problem is that actually occurred to me as I was talking, and then I didn't say anything. You're welcome, Booster. I'm glad you enjoyed it. The other problem that occurs to me is that I'm not really bringing rocket fuel, to Tulip orbit. So the ship that drops down and goes back up again wouldn't wouldn't be wouldn't be there wouldn't be a convenient, easy way to fuel it. That said, I could continue with using Norvis orbit for absolutely everything. Um, and have this spaceship go back to Norvis orbit, and then have another ship that shuttles from Norvis orbit to Tulip to do that processing. But at that point, I don't know. The logistics is getting a bit complicated. One thing I do know is I don't want to try and land this ship on a planet because then I just have to fill it up with booster tanks. That's just extra weight and extra size and extra everything. So I think it's probably going to be easier to transfer it. And in the future, this single ship is going to. I was going to say this ship's going to be a one-off, but I don't know. I'm going to put trains on one of these ships probably for the future trips out here. So I don't know. I'll have a think about it next time, I think, because there's quite a lot of stuff to faff around with, and maybe if I expand it to put trains onto it, there's going to be. I'll think, well, I might as well put the booster tanks on as well, and just make the whole thing even bigger. So I'll have a think about that next time. So yes, as always, thank you very much for watching. We have seen me build up this glorious spaceship here, finish it off, put some extra engines on the back of it, fly out to a weird and new place, and also I've had a bit of a play with the sciences. I did notice that one of the sciences seemed to be running out actually, so I'm going to have a quick look at that while I think about it. Norvis orbit here. Let's use the map view. It was when I was doing the satellite, no, the scanning of thing. So I wonder if one of these has run out, but these all seem to be full. Oh, no. We've run out of tier 1 astroscience apparently. How much is in here? 1.1k. Okay, maybe it's okay. Maybe it's all right. But I did think we'd run out of some. Bit low on bio 4. Everything does seem to be running though, so I think I'm probably not going to worry about it for now, especially as it's bedtime. So yeah, I've looked. I went around, looked at the science bit, built this up a little bit more. So we've now got slightly more of my needs being met by this bus. I think this is just going to gradually expand as I need specific things rather than. And at some point, maybe I will dismantle all of this because it's very, very bot heavy. What's going on here? Oh, we're making solar panels. Okay. Yeah, I should move solar panels off here. So yeah, you can see there's things I want to do. Oh, oh, do you? Um, No, no, it only uses tier three. Not quite all of it, but yeah, it's a fairly heavy. No, I was just surprised that tier one would run out because in theory it's the simplest, therefore it's the one that should have the least problems. Um, but yeah, it's probably all right. What I'm looking forward to with sort of somewhat certain amounts of trepidation is getting onto the researchers that just use absolutely everything, like this. This one doesn't use bio, but you know you get the idea. Things like this one that just literally uses everything at maximum everything's. But yeah, that's but then these are end game things, so yeah. Um, right. I seem to have run out of words, so I'm going to I'm going to stop talking and go to bed. As I said, thank you for watching. Don't forget to come back on Thursday when we'll be playing Factorio Industrial Revolution. That's me and some friends. It's going quite well. I say that every week, and I always say we're quite close to finishing, but it's still not quite got to well anywhere. Um, Oh, I see what you mean. It uses. Oh, yeah, gotcha. It uses all three of those, and that uses that, and that uses that, and that. So yeah, okay. I see I see what you're getting at, Tristan. Yeah, it does. It does use a lot of the packs. I see. Yeah, I understand. Um, yeah, so yes, Industrial Revolution on Thursdays. Do make sure you come along to that. It's good fun. And as Andrew was advertising earlier in the stream, there are GTA videos coming out at the weekends as well. Those are always interesting. And a Factorio and a space exploration video coming out on Fridays, which will probably mostly be rehashing the stuff you've already seen if you've been watching the whole stream. But it's a nice way to get a sort of a summary and a refresher as well. So yeah, they're quite good. And I've got some other videos I'm just desperately trying to get finished, but they'll probably not be out until next week. So keep an eye out for those because they'll be good, of course. I hope, I think, I wish. So yes, thank you for watching. Check out the rest of the channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe, yada yada yada, and see you next time. Bye bye.